Looking at the jobs that I have discussed previously, I believe there are 3 more jobs that we will discuss, which are the ones I'm showing you right now. SQL ADM thread 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much if you see the code beneath them, it's the same for all 3 of them. We just split it that way just to have the parallel running in process. And all these 3 jobs are the only jobs that we currently have in order to process all the SAP BW stuff in SQL ADM database. So this would take care of all the processing, like from the extract till the loading. All the ETL process into all the tables, like from extract tables to fact or dimension tables in SQL ADM related to SAP BW data itself. So if you see the coding, pretty much this is the one you can find in all of those 3 jobs, just to allow the parallel processing in progress. So what it basically does is it checks this particular proc group, and we do have the dependent jobs, dependent stored procedures, procedure groups in SQL ADM. So it checks those tables and based on the dates that we process here. So it will see if this is the first thing to run. If yes, then go ahead. If not, what are the other things that has to be run before this particular process group and stuff, and then processes whatever the thing that is ready to execute the next time. These are the only 3 jobs that we currently have in place regarding SQL ADM for processing all the SAP BWs in current production. Looks like pretty much that is all the jobs that I have currently, unless you have any doubts regarding it. Yeah, the only jobs that I have missed last time were these, which I have just mentioned now.
Shilpa, what are the schedules for this job? Can you just show us?
Schedules is it just checks every 5 minutes. Of course, every 5 minutes between 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. And after 11 p.m., it will start running again after 12 p.m. That is when we get the new files in place. So what basically does is it runs pretty much all of our jobs runs every 5 minutes, and then checks if there is something that particular job has to be doing based on the flags that are being set up in that, or else if we are getting files for the first time of the day, then it go ahead and process all those flag files. So it starts with making sure that all the files has been in place so that it can pick it up and process it for that day. And after we are done with those processing, even then, since our jobs runs for every 5 minutes, if it has got nothing to do, it will just start and check the flags, saying that if the flags say that it has processed for this particular day, then it won't do anything. And if at all we get any error and it was halted at that particular point, until the error is solved, we won't be able to process it any further. So someone from the application support need to manually intervene with those again, or else if they don't really start, then that's fine. After 5 minutes, however, it would start it by itself.
Okay. Are they doing any flag changing? I mean, the status from 1 to 2, 1 to 0 or something like that?
Yes, all those status changes would be in the stored procedures that are beneath them. Usually the most common statuses that we have in pretty much all our store procedures is writing to the log table, and whenever we write to the log table, we'll make sure that the status has been changed from 0 to 1. And in case of errors, it would always be 1. So for some of the procedures, if you need to run it ahead of whatever the schedule that is there in that job or in the schedule, then the application support, what they usually does is they have a script in order to adjust that status in the table, for example, from 1 to 0, and then they would start the jobs again, so that would take it from the beginning again. This is the scenario when we have the errors.
Okay. Okay.
So pretty much, if you see, all our jobs are scheduled to run every 5 minutes. If they have something to process, then they would continue to process that in that run. And if the statuses say that they have already been run and they are good, then nothing usually happens. They just start and then end, checking on the flags. So that is about the jobs, unless you have any more questions.
No, we are good.
Okay. Regarding the business rules for SmartMart, it is pretty much segregated into just one store procedure, which is apply business rules 2, that is there in the staging. This pretty much has all the business rules that we currently have in SmartMart. And apart from that, there is one more which we rarely use, but then it is also containing some business rules, I should say. Business rules and business rules 2. These are the two store procedures wherein you can gather all the business rules that we currently have in SmartMart. And in SmartMart terminology, wherever we have a service type that describes what type of a rate plan or what type of a feature is attached to a customer's line. Like, for example, if I'm the customer and I have, for example, a rate plan, then the service type would be P. Service type P, it means it's a rate plan. Service type R, it means a SOC. And we have covered about SOCs and rate plans in a couple of other sessions before.
For us, it's very good you have told that there is two procedures there which we can go through, but while going through the code and understanding the business meaning, it will be quite difficult for us in the initial stage especially. So do you have any document where any document where it's all listed, these are the business rules and all together, or we need to find out by going?
We will be having one that we have quite a long back. I mean, there isn't any new documents that we have in place, but I remember seeing one. Let me...
So that what happened, we'll go through the doc and we'll try to relate with the code existing in the SQL server box. So that will help us a lot in understanding the business rule in more detail.
They have provided everything related to documents. I have to tell her. Probably she might be having one at the same time. Let me check if I have something. But if I have it, I will definitely forward that to you. Oh, okay. I find it in here. But as I mentioned, these documents are pretty old. You can see the date 2004. But it pretty much has all the important business rules that we currently have, so I'm going to forward this to you.
Yeah, you can forward to Alluri. Alluri will upload it into the T room so that we can access.
I just forwarded you one document related to smart business rules that I have.
Okay.
So you can forward it to your team and they can correlate.
Can you upload it to the T-Mobile SharePoint link?
We
We have that. We have the link. I can share you the link. I mean, not now, but later on. We can do it after the session.
Okay.
Because we are just collecting all the documents out there. I'm not sure whether
I have a bunch of the documents I can give you.
you can upload it out there
Because I remember Maria has taken all these documents from me, so I was expecting her to.
Okay, I'll sit with you. We'll see the relevant document because all the Excels, but there are nothing. Is that the one?
All of
the Excels. All are Excels.
No, we have so many docs too.
Okay. We'll sit and we'll see if there are anything. We can upload it. Yes. I'll show you the link and we'll see if those are the relevant one and you.
Okay. So I was just mentioning that we have all the business rules in SmartMart in two of the store procedures, which is yes, we apply business rules and business rules 2.
Oh, okay. Only these two are the procedures where we
have the business rules, yes.
And we apply business rules in the staging, while data.
After we copy the 1900 folder to a local folder and then extract it to the staging tables, after that we apply the business rules.
From staging to process tables, right?
Yes.
And then from process to fact tables, there will be a few more business rules will be applied.
Pretty minimum, I should say.
Yeah.
Other than adding new columns and populating those new columns. But majority, 90 to 95% will be covered during the extract to process tables itself. That is where these two store procedures would keep running and all the business rules would be applied.
Okay. But which is the procedure that applies at the? This is the main which applies from staging to the process tables, is it?
Right.
So both applies over here.
Yeah.
So that is the part of the validation process, right? So this would be the part of validation, right?
No.
This
Post validation.
after the validate.
Okay.
We apply the business rules, right?
So with the validate and where the records will be going into invalid tables, and then we'll apply this business rule.
Only to the valid data we apply these business
rules, which then get the data loaded. While loading the data from post validation, we load the data from staging to process tables. While loading the data to the process tables, we apply the business rules, right? Am I correct?
Yeah. I'm going to show you. See here how it is done. These are pretty much the log tables that we have, and we keep track of which procedure is running at what time for our. So if you see here, So here is where we are copying the files to our local server and then validating them, unzipping and validating them, and bulk inserting into our extract tables. So after that, we have some of the missing dimensions, stored procedures, and there are some independent jobs that keep running, like contract renewal. It doesn't depend on any other extracts to run before that, but that starts running whenever it gets the files, and then we get these apply business rules.
Okay.
So it is done pretty much after validating, while processing it into the process table.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay. Only thing is we apply this procedure while loading or after loading the data into process tables?
While loading.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go through the procedure, the business rules.
Yeah. So if you see subprod A to F, those are our base files, as I mentioned before. We have A to F files, so those are considered as our base files. If you see internal table structure and table naming convention, that would be base A, base B, and so on to base F. So once it is all bulk inserted into our extract tables is when we have the apply business rules 2 only for the base, because all the base is completed by then. So only base has all these business rules applied. And then once all the other data like activations, DX, and everything is done, then we get the store procedure again. We call the store procedure again by passing the different parameter other than the base. But usually base is just for covering only those A to F scenarios. So if you see here we have still here all those deactivations, activations and stuff are done. So then we call it again in order to process the rest of the ones. But if you see the previous ones, you had a parameter means base in here, which means that it has processed only those
the base data.
Yes. So that is how we applied the business rules.
Base is a kind of separate extract we receive?
Yeah, you remember I have shown you 4 here, subprod A to S.
This is base, right?
Yeah, these are all the base.
Base means, correct me if I'm wrong, base is nothing but it's a combination of all the activations, reactivations, migrations, and
all the T-Mobile customers, postpaid customers we have currently, no matter when they have started, when they have ended, we still have the track of all the customers we have. It includes AX, DX, REAX, migrations, contract renewals, everything. It's like a repository for all the postpaid customers.
till date.
Till date. Right from the beginning.
Yeah, right from the beginning till date. Okay, got that.
So that is the reason we had to split those files
So
into...
that we have huge.
Yes. Individually they are pretty huge. And if you can't imagine when they are combined, you can't really process if we have to have it as a single file and process it. So here the category is where we provide the parameter as base or not. If nothing is provided, then it would just consider it for the AX, DX, REACT, and everything else that is mentioned in this table, in this block. If the category is base, then it would process only the base. You see here.
If the category is null, it just sits blank.
Yeah, if the category is null, it's just set blank. And if here we have 2 categories, base or anything else other than that.
Okay.
So only for base, this particular, it will start from here.
Okay.
But anything other than that, it will process the same way for AX, DX, and other stuff.
May 12th, I guess. Yeah, but let me confirm. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. When? Okay, before when? Sure, definitely. Sure, Michelle. Yeah, I'll call you back. Thank you.
In Apply Business Rules itself, this is the place where we load these process activations and all the other stuff like process base, act, TX, whatever is mentioned in here. So it's like we apply the business rules and then load it, and it's like that. So that would answer your question before.
We apply the business rules on the staging tables and then we load it in process tables. Am I correct? Or we load the data from staging to process and then apply business rules on the process tables.
We load them and then apply.
Okay.
If you see here, all these EID is some kind of a temp tables which we would rename it at the end once everything is applied and everything is copied over. This is where we kind of drop the tables. Whenever I say EID, that is the table that contains today's data. Whenever it does process for today from the extract, that is the today's data, and then we load that into EID. Whatever this is the previous days, and we load that into this, and then at the end we would rename them. We would rename the EID to the current one. EID is now containing the current data. So even the loading was also pretty much done in the same store procedure. So other than the base, whenever we pass the category as base to this particular store procedure, that will take care of only TBL process base. And if no category is being provided, then these are all the tables that would be taken care of.
If no category has been provided, it will process over all activation, deactivation, reactivation, and migration and contract renewal.
Right.
To process for all the data. Okay.
And so the kind of the business rules that we apply in SmartMart are, if you see, and deactivation. So that is not considered as an activation, or it is not some kind of activity that T-Mobile is getting paid for.
You're talking about the business rules, right? Okay.
So one kind of a business rules that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So if the customer is already there in T-Mobile and his contract is over, and he wants to renew that contract. After renewing, he decided he doesn't want that contract. He wants to deactivate it. So potentially we are not getting any revenue out of it, right? If it is renewed and then deactivated in the same month, we are not getting any revenue out of it. So that is the reason we won't even be considering that in our tables. Though we have a record, we won't be considering that as like an active record.
Okay.
Active record in the sense where we get some revenue from the customers to our company. So that is why we exclude them. And whenever I say business rules, it pretty much contains about the exclusions that we make in terms of the records or the activities that are being performed by the customers. So the type of excludes that we have is market. I don't know why exactly these are being excluded, why they want to exclude the markets and all the other stuff, but the type of exclusions we have is markets. We want to exclude some of the markets for whatever the activity that is performed in that particular market, they doesn't want to count it, and some test accounts. There is actually current one issue in SmartMart where we get some test records from Samsung. test records instance, usually the customer name would be a physical customer name. I mean, if I'm the customer, the customer subscriber name should be mine. But in some cases, we will receive some test records saying that this is a test ban. The customer name would be a test ban.
Okay.
So we don't want to calculate. We don't want to even count those records into our application. So that is the reason we get those records, but then we exclude them using these flags set up here.
Okay, we'll receive the flags and we extract, is it?
No, we have to set the flags. And how we set the flags is, if you see here, this is for if in the contract renewal, if we are having same month contract renewal and deactivation, which potentially is not a revenue, so that is when we set this flag. Exclude.
Where are we setting these flags?
This is in the business rules. It would be set up on the subscriber level, ban and missed combination level.
Okay. No, that is fine. But the other flags, right? The test account and rate plan.
Yeah, that would also be set up in here.
How do we classify them? The other flags.
All those would also be set up in here.
Lookup table or? Here
we have all sorts of exclude IDs, and how we populate this exclude ID is based on these values. Like if is int exclude, it means that it is excluded or not. And for example, let's take exclude ID 2. Why is it excluded is because of this reason. Hotline disconnect. I don't know what it is, what hotline disconnect is, but it is excluded for that reason. And what is the description for exclude ID 3 is wherever we have one, that is, it is a post-dated record. Sometimes we receive records not only for the current month, but for the upcoming month or upcoming years sometimes. And we don't really want to consider that as an activation. Like for example, if a customer says that he wanted to activate it on 2015 or something, even then we receive some such data into our application. But then we don't want to consider it until that time. So that is the reason we just exclude that for now. So this pretty much gives us why it is excluded for. If it is say
how does the data table get populated?
Exclude.
It's a predefined table or is it some transformation? When again it will get updated on a daily basis.
As far as I know, it was a predefined this thing. I don't see a place where it is actually being loaded, so I'm just checking it as a static table. Because I don't see a place where it has been actually been populated in the entire core.
Okay, it's a table.
Mm-hmm.
Are we using this? Okay, go to the, can you go to the procedure one? It seems. Yeah, you just continue. Yeah, about that. Yeah, can you just start with the rules again? Can we continue with the same rules?
Okay. So with the help of this particular table, we get the records which are not actually in like to be considered as a part of our activations or are part of activities for the current data. So that is the reason we exclude all those records using the help of this table. And that is how pretty much all our business rules are based on, like in order to say, for example, for SmartMart, everything is about the customers and their activities and the MRCs associated with their activities. That is all about what SmartMart cares right now. So when I say business rules, what it usually means is that how do you take into consideration the activity that is performed by the customer? Like, is it a genuine activity that is being taken place? If yes, obviously that has to flow through our process. If not, like if, for example, I have a project upcoming for August or something. So for that project, they are saying that we are going to introduce a new socks, I should say, new features, wherein the customers, if they are not even T-Mobile, if they are not in T-Mobile domain at all, if they are not a T-Mobile customers, but then they can buy some data passes, data in the sense like the internet and all the web passes.
Like hot data.
So they can buy those passes. No matter if you are a T-Mobile customer or not, you can still use it on your phone.
Okay.
That is one new feature that they are planning to implement for one of the August project. August or June, I don't exactly remember. But then, how they are usually doing that is, initially they are going to charge them some $10 or whatever that amount. And then, once that particular customer gets into, I mean, this is kind of an introductory offer, so what they are...
Will he be a T-Mobile?
No.
He will not be a T-Mobile customer.
He can choose it. He might want to, then he will be in our domain. If he wants to, he has to take some rate plans and be an active customer. He might not want to. If he might not want to, he won't be a T-Mobile customer. So he should be excluded from our records, though we will get those records.
No, we only get the records regarding the activation and migration, but do we get the data regarding the data he will know, right?
I'm sorry?
The data, whatever he browsed, right? They mean.
We don't need the history of his browsing. We don't need the browsing history.
But whenever you say that, right, he might not want to be a customer or T-Mobile customer. Then he will not be as part of. That would be prepaid kind of thing, right? Why it will be part of postpaid?
That would be a prepaid kind of a thing.
Right.
No, he first uses the pass and then pays it. He's not really paying it before using it. So if I'm a customer, I go to the store and I say, I want this pass. I just register for only that pass, not any for rate plan or phone or anything else.
Okay, so what about the contract?
What contract? There is no contract. It is a monthly pass.
Monthly pass he should be paid, right? Before, how can he pay later? Okay.
That is how they are.
How they're trusting
They
the
are
customer.
implementing.
How do they trust him?
That is the business decision. So I'm not involved in those.
Okay. I don't think we are deviating out of this area. Okay, but how does what importance does SmartMart have in terms of that one?
So he's not a T-Mobile customer. When I go to the store, I'm not a T-Mobile customer, and then I want to just have only that particular pass. So that is not giving us a big revenue. It's not a revenue count in our application. So the business requirement for SmartMart for that project is we have to exclude those customers. They shouldn't be part of our activation.
Because there is no guarantee whether he is going to stay for long or not.
It's kind of an introductory offer that they are giving, so it doesn't matter if they want to, they will continue with us paying some more money, like
It is part of Samsung system, is it? I mean, which system will take care of them?
Samsung. Yeah, so they would be sending us those data. But in our application, what we want to do is we don't want to calculate that as a part of the application.
Can that be done as part of OSR while extracting? Can they ignore it?
No. They want to see the data, but then they doesn't want that count to be there in the activation. If they want to keep track of what customer is doing and how many data passes they have been activated, everything.
Okay.
But then they doesn't want those customers to be as a part of our regular processing.
The thing is, there is no guarantee whether he is going to stay long or not. That's
Yeah.
the reason. Yeah.
But how do we show that in the base data? How do we show the customer? See, we have activation.
They are going to send.
We show, as per our SmartMart, right? We show activations, deactivations, migrations, contract renewals, everything, right? If he is not part of these five, where do we show these customer data?
They will be there in the base.
They'll be shown in the base, right?
Even then, they would be there in the activations, but then they are not counted with these with the help of these exclude IDs.
Yeah, they will not be counted.
They would be there in the base with the exclude ID set up. They would be there in the activations or wherever, but then there would be exclude IDs set up for them.
Okay.
So they won't be counted as our process.
Okay.
So, how they are going to capture such customers, how they are going to recognize such customers is what the business has taken the decision is that they want to send some stock indicators saying that if it is a data pass, just enter them as so-and-so stock indicator. So if in our system what we have to do is if the customer is having a stock indicator equals to whatever, that one, so then set up an exclude ID, set the exclude ID as 1 or whatever is related to the rate plans, and then that is how it's being taken care of.
Okay.
So excluding is pretty much all our business rules that we have.
So basically there will be two updation. One will be in the activation table and one will be in the base table, right?
Right. It will be there in pretty much all the tables because you never know from where exactly that customer is flowing through. Like for example, today he might be activating that pass. So he will be there in the activations and the base. And tomorrow if he says that I don't want to continue, he will be there in the deactivations and base. So we want to apply that to all the tables pretty much.
Okay, yeah, but it's always good if that kind of record is coming in we can put in the OSR level itself. And why it cannot be?
Customers even want to see the activity of that customer.
No, then if it is in the OSR, right, what happens is the data will not flow into SmartMart. They want the data to be flown into SmartMart.
Yeah.
And they keep track where exactly that customer has been halted or where exactly he's flowing through.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, can you just explain more on the exclude table? Can you open the?
And what is the table name where just now whatever code you are showing, where it will be exclude ID will put in for activation and the base table. What is the table name, Silpa?
TBL didn't exclude.
So this is the
table, a pre-populated table where it has all the scenarios of excluding a subscriber. From any of the activities, whether it's deactivations or activations, reactivations, migrations or contract renewals, everything. These are all the...
For now, for this particular project, business mentioned that they would be sending a stock indicator. So we already have a scenario where we are excluding people based on the stock indicator. So that is the reason I'm entering something into this particular table. If not, if I have a scenario where I need to exclude them because of some other new reason which we didn't have so far in this table, then I need to like make an update on it.
Can you just brief?
So basically, in this particular table, dim exclude, there will be one more introduction to a column, and with the new exclude ID, right? If that is the
Right.
yeah.
Right. That is the case when the business wants them when the business wants us to exclude them based on a new different exclude ID. But then when I was talking to the architect, he's fine with using the same exclude ID we had for the rate plan. So for some of the rate plans, it might be a test rate plan or whatever, so we want to exclude those rate plans. We already have that in place in this particular table. If you see, so if int rate plan, here, that is where we exclude. So if you see from these,
We say rate plan 1 in the sense we are excluding those.
yes,
What are
we are excluding that.
it is 1?
Wherever, for these columns, wherever we have one, this particular exclude ID is being set because we are excluding that particular column. The reason why we are excluding is because of that particular column.
We say exclude ID 77. It has int exclude, int rate plan as 1, and then int reason is 1, int multiple something, right?
Right.
It should satisfy all the 4 conditions, right?
Right.
And it's an and condition. Then we say exclude ID 77.
Right.
What does exclude ID 77? Do we have any metadata table? Mean what exactly 77 means? No.
No.
Just is an just an indicator which
Yep.
it's just a identity column, is it?
Yep.
We just give numbers for all
Just
these,
keep.
but we do not have any description for those exclude IDs.
I myself don't know most of these exclude IDs.
I can understand that, yeah. But all these will be still getting applied, all the exclude IDs.
So Silva, what do you want to say that you don't have any description for most of the include ID, right? Int exclude IDs.
Right.
But whoever done the development, definitely they got some spec saying that what this is that. But we don't have that spec document, something like that, right?
I didn't have it either.
Okay.
But I'm gonna sit with Alluri actually. We'll sit together. I have so much documents which I haven't even gone through so far. I can provide them all to you, and you can just segregate whatever you have and whatever is helpful for you.
Sure.
Because I'm pretty sure about that business rules document that I have emailed you just now. It contains some information about this, and I believe there are some more information that I have related to.
Silva, what's happening here for the creative perspective from offshore team, we don't have any logical and physical data model overview kind of thing so far in the SmartMart side. So we are finding little bit difficult to connect with the tables, actual tables where all the transaction happening. Whatever you are explaining right now, somehow we are going in little bit detail and we're trying to map the way how we are putting the business rule. So just try to find out how much it will be detailed, how much business rule right now we have in your document. How much you can explain to us, 4, 5, 10, how much you can explain by going through the procs and all, how much time consuming it is. So that we can get some flavor of our tables and all, updation and all. It will be hard to
You're saying that you don't even have access to the tables, you're saying?
No, we don't have any overview session with the model, logical or physical data model. So whatever you are explaining, you are going in detail with tables perspective, how we are updating and all. So
exactly, but he don't know the entire data model.
Yeah, so in that scenario, if you can, whatever business we have so far in that particular old document, and you are agreeing that all are implemented in the procs. So how much time it will take you to go one by one? How much there? It's 20 or 30. How much? You can take 10 also, based on the priority and the importance, so that we can connect to the actual development. Is it okay, Alluri? How?
With my schedules, currently I don't know how far that's feasible for me.
No, how much time do you think it would be?
To go through each and every table?
No. We are not expecting that actually.
What exactly are you expecting?
I mean, at a very high level, the relationship between the tables.
going through
The
those.
dimension tables, and this is the data it contains. So just a brief description, and how does this relate to the fact tables?
Take 2 or 3 sessions. We have some pretty good dimensions.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many questions we might be put on across those. Definitely 2, I can say.
Yeah, we can just plan one tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
No, based upon your schedule.
Tomorrow.
But we need to wrap it up this week. We have some pressure from our end to complete this.
I need to talk to Maria about it.
Yeah. She knows our deliverable. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll take a decision. We'll talk. I think we can schedule a
And
meeting
even
with
before
Maria.
that, even before you scheduling that, we'll sit together. I'll give you all the documents, and then because I see I have some documents where you can get the mappings,
Mappings of.
the fact and dimension mappings.
Okay.
So that if you go through those documents pretty much you can get your answers by yourself. But even before scheduling, I would just want to give you all those documents so that you are aware of what exactly you want after that.
Okay.
If you see even here, I have something like this. I don't know what exactly I mean. It's been a long time that I guess you are looking for something like this.
Yeah. This is good, but if you give us a brief overview, right? It will be really clear for us when we try to read it. That's where we are looking actually.
So yeah, let's do one thing. I'm going to give you all these documents after this session or whenever I'm free, and then you go through that.
Okay.
And we'll schedule one session, and you can come across with all your doubts you have.
Yeah, but before that, I just want the overall business rules that have been applied. At least few scenarios and how are they applied. As of now, if you told him to exclude and everything, but we got a brief, but we didn't get the, we didn't really catch the main.
Silva, what basically we are trying to say here, for example, we have very old document with respect to business rules, right? So that document may have 2030. I just want you, based on your comfort level, the important 5-10, whatever you can in a particular time frame, you can decide by yourself what are the important business rules which you should be aware of basically as a base developer. You take those business rules from that whole document itself, and if you can walk through which table you are doing the updation and how you are applying those business rules. So that's what is clear, or how? Is possible for you, or?
Going to the code for some of the business rules that we are.
Yeah, exactly.
In detail.
Just walk us through how really how really the business rule is getting applied. That's what we are looking for.
But definitely not in this session. I'll let you know when I can.
This session is planned for that actually.
I thought we are just going through the overview and you would take it from there.
The agenda, right?
No, you already given detailization on the jobs. Very happy with that. So we just want to go in
We
detail.
are done with the overviews. Now we are more concentrating on the technical details where that's what we are planning. And our target is to complete the foundation KT, entire KT by this week. And that's our target, and that's what the expectation is on this one. This would be really tough for us, and I have more pressure on me to complete the foundation KT.
I have
And
more
we
pressure
lost,
on me to
and you got right,
be
yeah.
up to the business.
And yeah, we lost last week. I think there are no sessions planned earlier weeks because of your deliverables. And I know I can understand your situation also, but we need to take this up with Maria for sure. She knows the pressure on ours as well as yours. She'll be the right person, but this is a technical deep dive actually.
In-house tools used in Postgres.
No, that's fine.
We don't have any.
We do not have any. Yeah.
Okay, jobs. We are pretty much done unless you have any questions. So business rules is one thing.
Business rules and the main thing would be
ETL is derived through back-end ETL process.
business rules.
Oh, that is the same one, like the details derived through back-end ETL process
It is the same,
and
yes,
business
yeah.
rules. Okay. Identify training requirements, known issues or resolutions so far. What is that?
Yeah, identify training requirements. See, if there are any tools specifically used, I mean, we may need some training on that. As we are not using anything, we don't require that. That is ruled out.
Okay.
And then the known issues and resolutions, it depends upon me. Now, what are the general issues you face within smart web application? What are the resolutions? What are
While developing some business rules and all,
the frequent issues you get as part of smart web application? As far as you are aware of any issues.
I am aware of any issues. So, we'll go back to the business rules once.
Yeah.
Let me complete the small parts we have
At
other
least,
than
yeah,
the business rules.
we can plan something tomorrow tomorrow as well. But yeah, give us. Yeah, but I mean, whatever you know on business rules, yeah, we can just.
Okay.
I can't. I'm not sure because I have more pressure on my end.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to Maria also, and we'll see what we can do on that. Let's cover the small parts we have right now.
Do you think Troy can help us on this?
If he's available.
Okay, just know your thing. Okay, we are planning. Troy is available, I guess. We are planning to have a session with Troy. We'll ask at least some time of Troy to have.
Silpa, if Troy can help us on business rules, whether you will be in position to map those business rules with the actual tables how it is happening and all, if you can show that.
Map those business rules?
Map those with business rules and such, but there might be a business rule on the activation and reactivation, right? How does that really apply to those tables?
Okay, yeah. Sure.
That's good.
Yeah, you can just walk us through whatever you are aware on the business rules. So we'll have just some idea, so we'll not be blank when our Troy starts explaining us.
Okay.
I'll check sometime today. With Troy. I'm not sure, but Nare told that he will be having some time. I need to check.
Looking at this document about the business rules that we have, I'll be going through pretty much all the ones that I'm aware of so far. So the first one is last day collection cancels, which is about the ARCA file. You remember if I mentioned about the ARCA file that we will be receiving every month on the first day, which contains the data related to the previous month's last day's activities. And until we can't really close that particular previous month until we completely cover what exactly has happened in that month. So if we have to wait until whatever the records that are done in records for the activities that are done by the customers in the previous month, we can't really wait until whenever we get, if the records have been delayed, we can't really wait for quite a long, because we want the reports for the monthly reports and any of those ad hoc reports being performed on that particular month. So we want to close up that particular month as soon as we can. So that is the reason we come across this ARCA files, and that is one of the business rules that we have in T-Mobile. So if you are fine with ARCA.
Is this all the file generated by yourself?
No, there is a separate team that usually processes that file for us and puts it in the sharing directory from where we pick it up.
Which team is that?
I am not aware which team is that, because we never interacted with them. It's application support. The issues with ARCA file is sometimes they forget it, and we can't continue our process until we process that ARCA file on the first day of the month. And if the file is delayed or if they forget it, the application support job is to take care of contacting that team. So I believe the application support will be having the contact from that team.
Okay.
I personally don't have any.
It only contain the cancellations, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In order to wrap up the previous
Whenever we say and exclude the related subscribers from the base once a month, whenever we say exclude the related subscribers, we flag them?
Yes.
So basically, if you get this ARCA files loaded into table, so your step to apply this business rules, so you will go into the two table, activation and the base tables, and you are going to put as some exclude ID against this ARCA, right?
Right.
So
we consider them as part of deactivations or anything, or we do not consider those, we will never consider those subscribers across all activations, deactivations, migrations, anything.
If it is excluded, we won't be considering across any.
Silpa, so what my next question is, so how will implement this business rule? Are you aware of which are the tables you are updating in the proc, and where it is, if you can little bit walk through?
Which are the procs that would be updating this one?
Yeah, to implement this business rule, what are the steps we have done in the procedure? And
currently, I don't remember anything on top of my head right now.
okay, no problem. We will be noting it.
But for ARCA, there is one. You know what? I can't do it. There is one. Yes, the get ARCA. This gives us the information from where to pick up. So the team that gives us the ARCA files, they put the files in this location, and that is where we pick up usually. And then,
Is it a different path than the other one?
yes, it's a different
What we
file.
received from where, sir?
It's a different file. It's going to be on the local server itself. Like this is our local current production server. But then it's a different file. All our OSI files are put in some other if you see, this is the get ARCA procedure. There are some rules applied in here too.
It looks moreover to the inserting data into the ARCA tables with some validation checks.
I'm sorry?
This procedure looks like that it has basically loading the ARCA files into the ARCA related tables with some validation checks.
Right.
Yeah, moreover to loading to the ARCA tables.
Yes.
It's not explaining basically how the business rule they are implementing on the fact level in validating what you are explaining just now. Exclude kind of thing. It's not explaining.
I don't have that information with me right now, but you can, whenever you have a session with Troy, you can follow up on that.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Yeah. Shilpa, this would be the Troy. Okay, don't assume that Troy will give us everything. Okay. I mean, he will have
I'm going to tell you
that.
as much as I know, and the rest you gotta pick it up from him.
Exactly. It's not that, whenever I say it's not that we'll get everything from him. See, Troy, you know that, right, how busy he will be. We will get as less time. We need to get what the more relevant information we require, not the small ARCA things and all, right? We need to get more on a business understanding and then the data model. That's why we are more concentrating. We can't ask him to just, okay, please walk us through the procedure of ARCA process, right? It would be a more or a, he can just give us the name of the procedure, but he will give us the overall understanding, okay, what happens in this procedure, I mean, what type of business rules, in terms of how it makes sense for the business, right? Okay, this would be the business rule, and this would, how this will get applied, more explanation on that, not the, I mean, we can't ask him time to more of the technical one, right? I mean, we can't ask him to walk through the business rules procedure, right? That doesn't make any, because as you know, we need to, at an overall, we need to get a good picture of the business rules that have been applied.
Right.
That's where Troy's help will be. I just want to let you know that.
So, what do you want me to do?
No, you can see, you can take your time, just go through, okay, and then we can have a session, okay?
But I remember Maria saying that if I don't know, instead of me going through and then explaining it to you, she mentioned that.
See, this is the core one. We can have a session and close it out. This is the core one. We can't skip this.
No, I'm not saying that we have to skip it, but what she mentioned to me was if you don't know anything, tell them what store procedure, where to go ahead,
that
and
would
then
be
they'll take
expectations.
care of.
We'll just start asking. We can ask Maria to give us the sign off, okay? Because we have the first quality gate planning next week, and if there are any questions pertaining to this, we don't know, right?
I understand your situation, but this is what was told to me by my manager.
We can have a call with
so
Maria, Kalpesh. We can call everyone. Okay, I'll call Kalpesh, yourself, Maria. I think we need to close this loop.
Yeah.
This don't go on. And I think these.
Sure, I don't mind as long as my manager is aware of what I'm
because
doing.
we need everything need to be on the same page, because you see, Maria expectation would be different, and Kalpesh expectation would be different, my expectation would be different, and your expectation would be different. Okay, we need to come on the same page. I think I already raised it as part of raid log saying that, okay, if we skip the business rules today, we are in great trouble. And we will not be able to meet the delivery deadline. That's what I've been already raised in the raid log, which Maria is aware of this. Let me talk to Maria. I mean, I think this session.
We can ask her to come.
Yeah, Shilpa, Vinay here. What basically want to say here that
We will not
One thing is,
I'll set up a call with Maria meeting.
yeah,
I want to participate in that.
Okay.
we have the quality gates, and if someone from the T-Mobile side asking questions on business,
My manager will be aware of what
we,
I am doing.
problem.
It was myself, Kalpesh, and Maria,
Yeah, sure.
and Shanti.
Okay, whoever you want. As long as Maria is in there, I don't mind too.
Yes, fine. Yeah. I mean, we need Maria actually.
Mm-hmm.
She should know
Yeah.
what are we up to, because I think she already sent a mail on the question needs and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see, there are some questions which I'm not sure, because we don't know the business rules. If you ask some business rule, okay, business scenarios, we don't know because it's not been covered.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I can say the data flow, what happens with the data flow. I can explain the entire data flow, what happens at each step. But I don't know what type of business rules are applied and what are all. I'm not sure, because that makes critical to this one, because that's where the entire core lies in of smart, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Apart from this, if you want.
Yeah, let me just
Anything to
go
share?
through whatever I have this in the document currently, and that is pretty much all the business rules. You have to remember, I never had any KT. I just went into the store procedures and learned whatever I can. I never even had a single session for 1 hour.
You should keep it in mind, okay, right? I mean, you don't. I can understand your situation, but you should understand our situation. Saying, okay.
I'm not saying you have any. I mean, I'm not blaming you. You shouldn't take it that way. I'm just saying that this is my current scenario. That's it. It doesn't mean that I'm blaming you. You shouldn't take it that way.
Only thing is whatever you are aware.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Let me complete one thing. I never had any KT. I did my own research, and that is how I learned. As far as I know anything about any topic, I would let you know.
Okay, yeah, we'll
That's
discuss
fine.
offline. Yeah, we'll discuss offline.
Okay.
On this.
So let me complete whatever is there in this particular document. And coming back to markets.
I have one more question before going to this. Okay, whenever you say business rules, right, is it specific to all the base we apply, or is there any specific rules you apply on activations, or any specific rules you apply on deactivations, or are the business rules?
As far as I am seeing it, it is applied pretty much on all of them. On acts, deacts, reacts, migrations, contract renewals, and what is that? Base.
See, whenever we say this, right, I mean, on
But
everything
the way
we apply the same business rules.
Mm-hmm.
How do we mean?
The business rule itself would be different on activations. I mean, for example, if we are planning to exclude the same day activation and deactivation records, or same month contract renewal and deactivation records. So that would be pretty much done on deactivations and base and contract renewals.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
So for same month, contract renewal and deactivation, if you take the overview of it, what usually does is it plays around with deactivation table, because it's deactivated, it plays around with contract renewals table, and it plays around with base table, only for this particular scenario. And if the same scenario is being applied for activations, same month activations and deactivations, so that would play around with base, activations, and deactivations. But how we apply it, like the same month activations and deactivations, or same month contract renewal and deactivations, is pretty much the same. We'll set up those flags, and that is how it takes it from there. For example, let me go back to the procedure. Same month act and deact. This particular part. It is going to play around with activation and deactivation tables. So in the previous one we are setting it on the activation table, and if you come back here, we are setting it on the deactivation table for the same scenario.
thing is, we are not getting, how are they getting really populated? Only thing,
How
we
are
see the
what
posting.
getting really populated?
I mean, we need to have one clear example at least how a business rule is applied, how are they? That's where we are not really getting one business rule. I mean, you are just showing us the table and it just update, but really doesn't.
Yeah, that is what, Alluri. So unless and until we'll get something like how, yeah. So it will be high level overview perspective. We are very much okay. He has given very good high level overview the jobs and how it will be. But actual comes to when we come to actual development, with nothing to map it. Where will be mapping all this?
You can just, okay, at least you can just, okay, show us the table, okay, start from this staging table, okay, you can just give us a few examples of the rules, how are they applied. You can just pull up the data from the staging for any one subscriber, okay, and then, okay, go through this is the business rule that is going to apply, and show us the data, what happens in the process table. This is how it gets segregated. That really makes more sense, maybe. Right, Vinay?
See, when we, if we have to go in the detail level, we have to dig by ourselves, kind of reverse engineering. So, okay, okay with us.
No, we need to come up with something, yeah. We can just
Again, if
record for a subscriber, or one subscriber, and then, okay, these are the records in the staging, and then just say, okay, this is one of the business rules that's been applied, explain what is the business rule, and then just pull up the data from the process table, and just show. You can just, I mean, I think then that makes more understanding for us, okay, in terms of, okay, we can correlate something to that.
Okay, so I'm going to go through one scenario, how we apply. So if you have seen the previous log tables view that I have shown, back to the production. let me take the activations as now. First we copy it and then unzip it and then bulk insert it, right? So after that, it's validating, okay? This is the apply business tools is for base. So the next one after validating is loading into the process one.
Sorry.
So this particular stored procedure, USB load process activation, what it basically does is it takes the files from the extract tables to the process tables after validating.
Okay. Is it for all activation or?
Yeah, it's only for activation. Load process activation is it's only for activation.
Do we have all similar kind of procedures for each and everything, like reactivation?
Yes, we have it.
Yeah, we are very much remembering everyone for deactivation with the same procedure, USB load, process, deactivation, then reactivation, all are there, which will load from extract tables to the process table, right, Shilpa?
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so after it's been loaded into the process table, what it usually does is it applies the business rules here. Okay, so I go back to my load stored procedure. This is the load process activation. Okay.
Okay.
So in this particular stored procedure, what we basically are doing is, if we just check on this particular one, we don't have that particular column, that exclude column in that table at all. Like we are not getting that from OSR. So what we are doing is we are defaulting it to one value in this while loading it to the process table. So this is how we are defaulting it. We are casting to some value while this temp table is from the extract table, TBL extract activation. We are loading it into TBL process activation with some defaulted value.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you go up on the defaulted values?
Sure.
By default, we are putting one as exclude ID.
Right. Because
by default, we are excluding everything.
What
does it mean?
No. So if you see exclude ID 1, it is not excluded.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
so it is not excluded. So we are defaulting it to we are defaulting it not to exclude.
Not to exclude.
Okay.
That, yes.
And everything else is 0. And when you go back to the business tool,
One second. Can you go back to the?
So this is how we.
Can you just browse the table of the activation, the process activation table?
Select only few records because it's better.
Yeah. Okay.
All these records, we are pretty much most of them we are getting it from the OSR. These are the ones we just appended.
Exclude ID. Yeah, can you just give us, this exclude ID is the one which determines whether that record needs to be excluded or not, and based upon the table. What is this? What are all the other ones? In Excel test account, rate plan, exclude market.
Exclude test account, the one which I have mentioned before, that Samsung would be sending us some test bans.
How different is it different from the exclude table? Don't we consider that as part of the exclude table?
Which one?
The I think we have the similar one in our
In the
here also.
exclude table, yes.
What is the difference between that one and this one? Because we are considering that as part of already the exclude table, right? Why
Right.
we are having
But that is not at the subscriber level, right? The exclude table, it's not at the subscriber level. This is at the subscriber level. Like if you see here, it contains the information for this particular person. So what exactly is he doing? If you see the record 1, what exclude ID is he having? He is excluded because of the reason.
Yeah. Can you browse this table where int exclude reason is equal to 1?
This table?
The exclude table.
This is exclude ID is 9, right?
Where int exclude, no, hold on. The exclude ID is 9. Yeah, we'll try to correlate with the exclude reason is equal to 1. We have that column over here. There is some naming convention of the reason. Yeah. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 9.
It's based on the combinations. Like one exclude ID is based on several combinations. Why that particular?
What all combinations we have?
Just reason.
Just reason, right?
Just
Reason
just
and
reason
what
is one. Just reason and the hotline
No,
disconnect.
that is 10. You are seeing 10 actually.
There is one INTLS current one also for this combination.
Just 9. Only just 9.
Okay. Int is current is 1 in any of the tables. It means that is the current active record. We are using that record right now. If I say int is current is 0, that won't be considered. That particular case won't be considered at all in our.
Yeah, got that. I mean, the exclude ID is the inactive. I mean,
yes, it is inactive. It's not counted in our process.
We'll not consider those those exclude IDs at all.
At all, right.
Okay. Only thing I'm trying to understand is now can you browse the activation table?
Okay.
Yeah. Now yes. Can you go to the columns the exclude columns?
Yeah. Here.
Yeah. We are having int exclude ID. See, whenever you say that at subscriber level, see, all the exclude IDs table didn't exclude. All the records, I mean, it has all the set of the exclude combinations we need to. At what level those are applied into our tag data? At what level they are applied? When you use a subscriber, right? You say this would be a subscriber level, then that is not.
No,
I mean, whenever we apply the business rules, what is the level? What is the key combination we usually apply? These exclude reasons. The exclude IDs.
Not every customer is being excluded with the same reason. You agree?
I don't know. I can't comment on that. I don't know really.
I mean, it's a common scenario. Every customer won't be excluded because of the same reason.
I agree. Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
I mean, it's on the overview. I'm not saying that it's not right or wrong, but I'm just asking. It's an overview.
Yeah.
Right? So, in this particular activation table, what we usually have is every single customer who are new to T-Mobile. Agree?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
New to T-Mobile, yes.
So, when we say that all the customers won't be excluded on only one single reason or one single based on one single activity, there might be multiple reasons why they are excluded. And if we want to keep
not about
track,
the reason actually. I'm talking about the overall business rules. Not only.
No, I'm explaining that.
Okay.
So if all these excludes come into place when we want to know why that particular customer is not being counted into our application, right? So in order to count that, we need to know why exactly he is being excluded. And if you take only the exclude table, that won't give you an exact scenario why I am excluded. I'm the customer, and if you just see the dim exclude, you won't be able to know why exactly I am deactivated or why exactly I'm
But
not
it contains all the components of all the
It contains.
subscribers, right?
Not all the subscribers. It contains the combinations why there can be an exclusion being applied into T-Mobile.
Okay. How does this correlate to the subscribers then? How do we relate that? Say suppose I have 10 records of 10 subscribers and I have 10 exclude IDs. Whenever you are applying the business rules, okay, to these, where is the relation of these exclude region for these subscribers to be applied? Where do we have that?
That is going to be there in the business rules. So what am I saying?
No, business rules contains the subscriber details, no, right? It's generic for all the subscribers, right?
It's generic for all the subscribers, but
Okay.
in the previous scenario when I have mentioned about the stock rate, exclude that customer from the activations and stuff, how we excluded is based on the stock indicator, right? So if the customer, that is different to every exclusion, I should say.
Okay. Yeah.
Whenever we have any requirements, like for this particular requirement, they mentioned that the business would be excluding based on the stock indicator. So that is based on the rate plans or the stocks in the exclude ID. So in T-bill dim exclude, we have int rate plan. That is nothing but the stock, rate plan or stock.
At what level is that?
Which one?
Subscriber level?
Which one?
The rate plan or a stock. See, suppose we'll take one business rule, okay? See, yeah, before that, right, tell us, say, any rough idea on how many business rules are there right now?
1 minute, Alluri. Silpa, a simple question. Right now you are showing me the table process activation. In that, records are there with exclude ID. So my next question is whether these records will go to the TBL fact activation or not.
Yes, it will.
It will go?
Yes. Because the customers in sense, the business, they themselves want to see why that particular customer is being excluded. If the exclude ID would give us an overview of why he is being excluded, right? They know it.
Do you have any metadata table or dimension table which extends this exclude IDs? Can you filter out the tables on exclude?
Some tables which has list of all the functions.
Exclude IDs, how do they remember it?
Yeah. If you, for that particular project which I have got, where we are excluding for June, I myself don't know, but when the business, he came to me and he mentioned that you have this in your maybe they have their own documents at their level, I believe. I don't know how they know it, but they are aware of all the exclusions.
Should have some documentation at them.
Yeah.
Vinay, sorry, go ahead.
So you are saying something, Vinay?
So that's it. Yeah, I was just thinking whether this will go to fact or not. So
yes, it will go to the fact.
With exclude ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a direct jump, right? From
after
process
applying
to
the business rules.
but we still apply a few other business rules. But the number of records will never change.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Shilpa, one more thing I'm just trying to understand is
this is the fact table.
Yeah, one more thing I'm just trying to understand is the level of the business rules that have been applied. I mean, whenever I say level, right? If you browse this table, we have bill cycle, okay, and then rate plan. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? This is my just assumption, okay? Bill cycle, rate plan, something operator, handset, credit class, reason ID.
Yeah.
We might have multiple reasons for the same record. Is my assumption correct?
For the same record, you mean to say for the same customer?
For the same customer, yeah? Okay. And that would be one of the key, right? And then add line, subscriber name, okay. Okay, so suppose we have rate plan, bill cycle, handset, credit class, and then reason, okay. This would be assume this would be the level of data, level of detail of the level of the data. Now tell me, At what level on these the business rules are applied? It will be applied at subscriber level or subscriber rate plan, subscriber bill cycle rate plan, subscriber bill cycle reason. On what combinations, or do we have various business rules applied? Okay, these business rules are applied on these combinations, or these business rules are applied at subscriber level. These business rules are applied at the lowest level. Are you getting me?
Yeah. They are pretty much on different levels. If you take the ARCA, that is based on the ban level.
The cancellation.
Right. That is based on
That's
the
based on
cancellation ban. So that is based on ban level. If you take the other one, market, that is based on the market level.
Market and subscriber,
Yes.
or at the market level.
At market level itself, not on the subscriber. Forget about the subscriber.
Okay.
So if the market ID is this, exclude them.
Just exclude.
Yes. No matter what exactly that customer is.
Okay.
Test accounts, it is on the account level. I mean to say on.
Yeah. Can you just describe account?
Yeah. Account.
When we say account, right, how does it correlate to the subscriber? I mean, what is the relationship between the customer, the subscriber, and an account? Does one subscriber have multiple accounts? One-to-one or one-to-many, many-to-many?
So one customer can have one account, and number of customers can share the same account. Like if I'm the customer.
One ban can have one account.
Is this ban and
Yeah.
are similar or how it is?
With a different name.
Different name.
If I'm a customer, I have an account. And if I have my family in there, I still have one account. But then there are few other people sharing my account. It's pretty much like the ban. Ban or account.
Will there be any case where one subscriber can have multiple accounts? No? I mean, I just want to.
Could be possible. But they can correlate that account. I mean, if I'm having credit card, I have one credit card, I have one account. If I have another credit card, I have two.
Whenever we say account is related to the T-Mobile or the account, his bank account or
No,
credit card?
it's T-Mobile account.
T-Mobile
account, yes.
Okay, you can create an account with T-Mobile with his.
Shilpa, what are the tables involved in this account and ban? Can you tell us, for example,
It's pretty much all the fact tables, I should say. Like fact activation, it has details about the accounts and the bans.
Any dimension table?
No, I'm talking about dimension table.
Dimension table, I remember there are some.
With respect to account and ban.
I don't think we're having about ban, but we'll be having about the
At
account,
the dimension level, we have it at.
account level. Right?
Yeah, we have it at account level.
Fine, Shilpa. We'll just go through, not a problem. No, we'll not spend our time more on that.
Account type. So these are the current type of account.
Government, individual, special, unknown, exception control, reseller. What is the next? Then
Individual is pretty much like me,
yeah.
and business is when, so for example, Walmart, they want to contract it with us. That is the business. And if the state government wants our services, that is the government.
But you cannot see a scenario where there will be one subscriber.
Shilpa, this is the account type table. I'm not talking about account table, TVL account.
We don't have anything as such of account.
This would be what is account subtype?
They segregate the customers.
One level below the account type, I guess.
Like if it is enterprise.
Can I go to our table? The activation table. What do we have over here? subtype, right? It's just account type.
Account type.
I don't know whether it is account subtype or do we have account subtype? Just put a comma. Yeah, we can put comma there. Oh, okay. No, it will type. We have a subtype also, right? Okay. Yeah, we'll now got that now. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now we'll go back to these rules now.
Hold on a second.
That's it.
So if you see this is the test account. So these should be excluded.
Okay. This shows as exclude ID is equal to 9, which only has the reason. But this has touch error, right? It's not a. You got me, right?
Yeah.
Why is that? Ideally should be segregated with some other different exclude ID.
So, For these test records that we are seeing in here, it is matching with one of this criteria too, on the reason codes. So that is the reason we are having that exclude reason code is 1. If you see the business rules apply for each of them, each of the AGs, DX and stuff, how we set up those exclude ID flags is explained in here. For at every level, like for AGs, DX, DX, migrations.
What happens if one record, say, at that level, if it satisfies more than one exclude IDs?
If it satisfies more than one exclude IDs, that is one of the combinations that we have in the dim exclude table, remember?
Okay.
See,
No, will there be a case where
so if you see here,
where a combination?
It is setting 1 for both of them. It is excluding because of these 2 reasons. It is setting for 3 of them. So it means that it is satisfying the conditions for those exclude IDs for 3 reasons. So all those combinations are
does it contain all those combinations? I don't think so, right?
pretty much all the combinations. That is
We have
all
1,
we have
2,
currently.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, okay, sorry, 10 around. 10 combinations and combinations. How many records we do have in this?
274.
Into 10 minus 1 by 2 is it? Or I forgot the combinations. 10 into 9 by 2. I'm doing something. Oh, then you mean to say, okay, this contains all the possible combinations of the exclude IDs.
Right. That is how of combinations of the exclusions. The reasons for the exclusion. That is how the exclude ID has been allocated. Like if you see
the test account, the rate plan, that one, right? What it means,
so the combination of the test account all by itself is just 274. The combination
Can you go down? Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Can you go down, please?
Down, this is the last one.
Oh, one second. I need to scroll. Hold on, I'm sorry. I think I need to scroll. Is there a case where everything is one?
I don't see any. Yeah. But not everything though.
Then the combination is missing, right?
I believe that is what we have in our application.
What if in case if everything gets satisfied? What exclude ID will put out there? You're getting my point, right? I'm just asking, okay, that's fine. Can be open question. We can get that clarified later. Yeah, we can just continue with our. I'm just really thinking, say, what happens if I don't think this contains all the possible combinations.
All the possible combinations that can be happening in T-Mobile. Not for, like, if you calculate and the calculation has to be met, I don't know if it can be met.
No, how do we treat if a record comes in? Or don't we we are assuming that we will not get those.
I haven't built the system, so I don't know how
I'm
they
just asking.
have.
Any miscellaneous will put it. I'm just asking whether you are. It's a question actually. We can just answer it, or we can put it as open question. We can just ask Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just park this means. Yeah. If you think that question doesn't make any sense, I can't do anything but I think it makes some sense, I guess. But right.
I don't know. No comments.
No, Vinay, don't you think that, right? Vinay?
Yeah, Valuri.
You're following me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll go back to this one. Okay.
So this is at the market level.
Okay.
This is at the individual account level of the customer.
Individual account of the customer. The test accounts which we exclude are different. Okay. Okay. If we have any clarification, we can get that. We'll go on.
The next is at the rate plan level. Like the one which I have explained before, the excluding the customers who are getting the pass is at the rate plan level. Rate plan and the subscriber level. Because they are providing us.
Subscriber or rate plan level?
And it is basically at the rate plan level, but when you come back to individual subscriber, we are getting it at the rate plan and subscriber level.
Okay.
So, but how I'm saying it as a rate plan level is because when the customer, the business has agreed that they would be sending us the stock indicator or the rate plan indicator. Stock or rate plan.
Whenever we say if all the subscribers having this rate plan will be excluded.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All the subscribers having these rate plans will be excluded.
Right.
Say suppose, if one subscriber have multiple rate plans?
One subscriber can have multiple rate plans.
No.
I don't see that as a possible scenario.
If now, right?
Shilpa, as per my understanding,
T-Mobile existing customer.
Alluri, my understanding is one customer will have one rate plan with different stocks, with different features.
Right.
Right?
But only one rate plan.
Only one rate plan, right?
The new data plan, as you told, right?
That is going to be a stock.
That's going to be a stock. Okay, now.
So they are going to provide.
Subscriber will have one rate plan, and one rate plan can be having multiple stocks.
Right.
Multiple stocks, or you can say multiple features.
Yes. Stocks or features of
Now, but if it is at rate plan level, it will be applying to all stocks. At rate plan level, right? If he has 3 or 4 stocks for that rate plan, if he's having rate plan, everything will be, this rule will be applied on all the stocks.
Right. Unless he has that stock, if he has that stock, it would be applied on the rate plan level.
This is a rate plan, right?
Yes. I'm telling about the other scenario.
The other one. Okay. But this would be a rate plan in respect to what stocks he's having, we'll just exclude him.
Yes. If the rate plan, that indicator matches, then no matter what stocks he has, what MRCs he has, if that matches, then he's going to have this particular. So, like for the other example that I was talking about, it is at the stock. They are going to send us a stock indicator. So, no matter what the customer is, if he's a business or VIP or an individual or whatever, if that stock indicator what he is containing on his account matches that one, he would get that. He would get that exclude ID set up.
Okay.
Yeah, Shilpa, one question here. See, you have explained some business rule, for example, in the market, a market scenario. There will be a list of rate plans, and some rate plans may fall into that market. But even though the rate plan is correct, it belongs to the same market, the market group where we have to specify exclude it, right? So, all these business plans can cross over each other.
Yes, and that is the reason we have multiple exclude IDs, like one exclude ID for market, one exclude ID for rate plan. And the combination of these two exclude IDs could be one exclude ID. Like if you see this table, so for example, the exclude ID 60 is combination of market, same month act, react, deact, reason, and then post dated and hotline disconnect. So it's like the combination of all of them. So that is how we assign the exclude ID based on the individual exclusion reasons. So if the customer is just excluded because of hotline disconnect, then he would get an exclude ID of 2. Would that answer your question?
When you are clear?
Yeah.
And I have one more question.
Sure.
When I say business rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are nothing but the exclude ID. Am I correct?
I'm sorry?
Or the combination of exclude IDs are business rules.
What is that?
The business rules.
Mm-hmm.
All these exclude IDs are nothing but the business rules.
Right.
Right? Then we have 274 business rules. Or segregation of their name. Am I correct? Name. Or
The combination of them won't be the business rule.
this is one business rule.
Excluding one based on one scenario is a business rule. Like if you see here,
You know, we say market, right?
if you
market
market
is
is one, right? So here you have
Wait, can you see where is okay? When market ID is 1, that would be a business rule.
right.
And rate plan ID is 1, that would be one business rule.
And here in this table we are having combinations like market can be one, rate plan can be one, and some other thing can also be one. It's a combination of all of them. So it's not exactly each of these 274 cards is not exactly a business rule.
Now coming to the data. In the fact table we'll be having only one exclude ID column.
Right. One
Right?
exclude
Say
ID.
suppose on what order we file the business rule. Say suppose we apply now market business rule. Market business rule, which applies for all the, it's not at, it's at market level,
Right.
respect of subscriber.
Right.
Now when we apply that rule, it puts the exclude ID as 2. Whatever the exclude
Exclude ID is not set up there itself.
Okay.
So if you see this apply business rules, here is where we set up all the exclude IDs. Individual exclude ID. Not exclude ID, it's exclude reasons or exclude market or something like that. Like all these
Can you browse the table?
EXEL.
Can you show us on the table?
No. What I'm saying is when we are setting up individually all these records, when we are setting up them as ones, we are setting up in here in the business rules individually for all those tables. Okay, and based on the combinations that we get, we would set up the exclude ID. So here we are setting up.
I'm not following. Can you repeat
Okay.
that, please? Sorry.
So here, this is the apply business rules. Okay, here we are setting up all these int EXEL prefixed columns.
Let me scroll up. Okay.
Here we are assigning or marking them as excluded for individual tables. Like for here, it's activation. Let me take one scenario.
Okay, apart from exclude ID column, we have individual columns as well in the fact tables,
Right.
in the tables.
Yes.
Okay, I got that. Now first we'll apply individual business rules and then mark those columns and then based upon the combination, then we apply the exclude ID.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
And it has the the 10 columns. Whatever the 10 exclude columns, we have that flag. And based upon those flags, based upon those combinations, we will apply the exclude ID. Right?
So after you are setting up all these int EXEL columns, int Excel market or any of those columns, after you set up them, once you set up for all of the tables, based on the combinations that you get or based on the market or MVNO, and
we'll apply the exclude ID column.
Absolutely. Yes.
Joining with the exclude ID based upon the combination,
yes.
we'll upload the exclude ID column. Okay, now, how does if now we'll come to activations table, okay. Activations. We have the subscriber where okay, now there's a challenge. What if this combination fails? What if we have a subscriber where this combination of exclude ID doesn't have? How do we put those records?
If he doesn't have the combination.
Yeah, you got me right. Whenever you say we apply the individual rules and update the exclude ID, what happens if there is no corresponding exclude ID? We got a new combination. How do we treat those records?
We must have something defaulted in there.
Sorry.
It's okay. ఇది యాక్చువల్ వన్ సింగిల్ రూమ్ మధ్యలో దే హ్యాడ్ అ పార్టిషన్. That's common, don't worry about it.
Index today is not null. It's a not null column.
Yeah.
Then it
Shouldn't
fails.
be enough. Huh?
Then it fails, right? If we didn't get a combination, it's not able to update that. Or does it have any default value, 0 or something?
That is what I'm trying to see. It's defaulted to 1.
Yeah, I think it defaulted to 1 whenever we insert the data, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah. It's defaulted to 1 and then
Well, 1 in a sense it doesn't
exclude it.
do any combination.
Yeah, it's not excluded.
Then if there is no combination, it just says okay.
It's not
It's not excluded.
Yeah.
Okay, got that.
So you want to say that if any records are coming and it not falls into any exclusion, so it will be defaulted as 0, right? Or 1 out.
It defaults to 1, which means that it's not excluded, right?
1 is not excluded or 0 means not excluded?
1 is not excluded.
If you see the rate plan,
1 is a combination where all the exclude IDs are 0, which says that okay, this record should not be excluded.
No, sorry, I'm not getting this.
Here, so if you see this table,
Yeah.
exclude ID of 1, it means that the next column is int exclude. This particular column will mention if that exclude ID should be excluded in the individual tables or not. So if the exclude ID is 1, it means that int exclude is 0, which means that particular column or the record of the subscriber should not be excluded if they have int exclude ID as 1.
Okay, got me. Thanks.
But it will update this, right? Exclude ID 274, right? Will it update this one or this one? In the fact table.
It will update this one.
It will update this one, right? Exclude
Yeah.
ID, right? Not int exclude.
Silpa is very in short, so exclude by default is 1 and rest all are some regions
The
they are.
cases where we come across, right?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
So
Silpa.
if we don't have the combination, it would by default take the defaulted one, which is this one.
Then there will be a case where there will be multiple exclude IDs for one subscriber, right?
Yes, could be. Multiple exclusions.
No, it won't be possible, right?
Multiple exclusions for one subscriber, but not the exclude ID.
Exclude ID is a combination of all the scenarios, so there will be only one exclude ID, as per my understanding. Is it correct, Silpa?
Yes.
Say suppose the subscriber A has one rate plan, okay, RT1, SOC1, and the same subscriber has RT1, SOC2, and then he belongs to Market 1, okay. Then the same subscriber has rate plan 1, SOC3, Market 1, No, he applies the market business. I don't know. There'll be a case where he will be having a business scenario, business case at SOC level, right?
Business case.
Exclusion based on SOC, right?
SOC or rate plan?
SOC or rate plan, or only on SOC?
Only on SOC we don't have any. Because SmartMart is not at SOC level. It's at the rate plan and subscriber level.
Okay. On rate plan and subscriber and SOC level, right?
Not on the SOC level.
Okay. You mean to say there will be no business tools at SOC level?
No.
Only to be at rate plan level?
Rate plan level. So that is the reason the customers the business are providing us a SOC indicator, which is at the rate plan level, that for which we have to exclude it. So if you...
Okay.
So you got...
Can you come again, Silpa? So I did not got this point. Basically, once we say that...
Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me cut. I'll be a bit slow. Vinay, see, these are cases, okay? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. See, what happens is, if as a SmartMart is rate plan driven, right? If there any case, if there are multiple SOCs for a rate plan, and if the business wants to exclude a particular SOC, okay, they will give the associated rate plan, which we need to exclude that. Am I correct, Shilpa?
Sorry, come again.
Say suppose we have, tell me one thing. If there is any new song that has been introduced by T-Mobile, will it have a rate plan associated with it, or it can be associated or cannot be associated with it?
Can or cannot.
Okay, fine. Okay. Then how
So
does
one
say
before
suppose if it is not associated with the rate plan, how does SmartMart treat those records which has no rate plan associated? See. Okay, we'll come to that later, okay. We'll clarify, because what happens is, say, suppose if there are multiple SOCs for one rate plan.
Okay.
Business provides us the rate plan associated with that SOC, for which the business tool needs to be applied. Right?
So business provides the rate plan associated to the SOC. No.
What
So
is
that scenario you're talking about, they are going, all the stocks or rate plans are
Silpa, correct me if I'm wrong. What I understood here, we said SmartMart is a rate driven, and we know that is for analytics. So all analytics activity will be based on rate plan. It won't be go in features wise. That is what we want to. That is what it is, right? When we say that it's rate driven.
It's at the SOC and the subscriber level. We won't consider the SOC. Rate plan and the subscriber level, not SOC.
Yeah, so we will be getting the SOCs as well with respect to rate plan, but we won't be doing any analytics on the SOCs level.
SOC level, yes.
We will be doing all analytics based on the rate plan even.
Rate plan level, yes.
But we will be getting the records with respect to the rate plans. So all the SOCs.
With respect to?
SOC, a rate plan. For example, when you say that when there is a subscriber activation or deactivation, so we will be getting those records. For example, this subscriber is associated with this rate plan, and this rate plan has different this SOCs. We will be getting those records, but when we do the reporting or cubes in or report via report info or somewhere, we will not be retrieving the records. For example, tell me those customers who had cancelled their subscription, who had who belong to this SOCs. We will be not doing this. We will be doing this. Tell me the customers who have deactivated their account, who has this rate plan associated with that. Am I true on this statement?
If they are associated with the rate plan, yes.
Yeah, we will be doing the analytics based on the rate plan label. Will not go in detail in the analytics, and will not be inquiring those customers who have this SOCs available, who have this belong to this SOC, this feature, But we will be doing all the analytics based on the rate plan, not at the SOC level. That's what my understanding when we say that Smart Mart is rate driven level, not the SOC level.
That's what my understanding is.
Yeah.
Now, okay, now coming to the other point, as SOCs can or cannot be associated with the rate plan, do we get the data, do we get the data for such kind of SOCs for which there is no rate plan associated? No. We'll not get that kind of data at all.
Firstly, if a customer if he is getting a SOC, which means that he is a T-Mobile customer, so he should be associated with some other rate plan.
But you got that.
But it's not like this rate plan has to have only these many SOCs, only this particular SOC. It's not like that. Any rate plan can have any SOC. So if the rate plan A is there, it's not that rate plan A can have only SOCs X and Y.
No, it can have any SOC.
Any SOC.
Any
so
SOC.
that is what I am saying. If a SOC is there, if a customer is having a SOC, it means that the customer is also having a rate plan. It could be any rate plan. Not
then any SOC should be associated with the rate plan. Right?
With any rate plan.
With any rate plan. You can't say
not
that
just
the
one.
vice versa is not correct. I mean, SOC cannot be independent of it.
No.
Right?
But the one which we are talking about, the next project, it is independent. So that is the reason we are trying to segregate. Because he is not a T-Mobile customer. But then he is just planning to get only that SOC. So we are excluding that.
He will never have a rate plan associated with it.
Right. Until he becomes a T-Mobile customer. He wants to take some contract out.
That's the new one.
That's a new scenario.
In that scenario,
As of now, we do not have any.
it will change, right, Silpa? Smart Mart rate-driven system. If we are getting the analytics based on the SOC plan, that definition won't be valid in future.
Yes. Ideally.
Yeah.
Functionally, yes.
Functionally, yes. Yeah. So scope is getting more wider and wider.
Yeah. A lot of getting
Okay, whenever we say there is, can we go back to the business rules now?
Okay.
No, the document.
The document.
Whenever we say rate plans are excluded based on information provided by the 11-year quoting. Okay. Where do we store what rate plans to be excluded?
Do we store what rate plans to be excluded?
And ideally, whenever I say, how do we determine what rate plans to be excluded?
That is what is mentioned in the document. We get it from revenue accounting.
We will be getting some extract from other than OSR from some accounting team, or how it is?
No, it's not an extract. Basically, we do the monthly reference update. So it would be part of that, I believe.
What are monthly reference updates?
What is? We never heard this term.
I mean, in our review, I remember that. That's a manual process, right?
Yeah.
That will be done by support, and I have support, and support are not
No,
aware of this.
it's not done at support level.
Oh, got that. I remember that actually. Yes.
What is this, Luri? Can little bit here, not fully, little bit.
No, what they do is ideally there are some business rules where it just says, okay, this should be excluded and this not to be excluded. Every month we get those requirements, and that requires a code change, or
not exactly
not
a code
change, but a lookup table where we
all the
update
lookup tables
the
would be updated.
Can you show those tables?
So what we get monthly from them is these Excel sheets, the ones which I'm showing right now.
Okay.
These are the Excel sheets that they provide us every month, or whenever they have any new plans or anything new that we don't have in our application so far.
New
So this is one of the reason code that has been added to T-Mobile. So they have submitted to me on 326, which I have already get it deployed on.
It's a new reason code that needs to be added.
Added to the lookup table, to TPR lookup reason code. So all these new reason codes or new what are the other things? Pooling plans and rate plan group types. They would be sending us. We won't be involved in any of the discussions like how they are segregating those new ones into which group or group type or whatever. They will be sending those documents every month or whenever they have a new ones. And then we would even have a feature we set up in here too. So we would just
insert it.
Yeah. So just insert into that lookup rate plan table.
Can you can you just open and look up? Okay, and see all the business tools, like whatever we spend on markets and rate plans, everything. Whatever the markets and the reasons are available on those lookup tables will be excluded.
Not all of the rate plans are needed to be excluded. Like for the scenario which I was talking before, the upcoming scenario, what they mentioned, what they're going to give me a stock indicator. So if the stock indicator is ZBB or something, $0 something else. So if the stock indicator is ZBB, then exclude it on the rate plan level.
Where do we have that logic? We hard code it in the
We have to
procedure?
hard code it, yes. We have to hard code it how we exactly how we are doing it in the
Can you now go to the
apply
procedure?
rules? Yes. So here exclude reason or exclude rate plan is one when A dot stock indicator or the stock indicator is ZBB.
Can you quickly, do you have anything on this business rules which does that on the hard coded stuff?
On the hard coded stuff.
One second, I think we have something. Update int Excel dummy line is equal to 1, where list of staging activation, where service type is equal to R.
Service type P and R is like, if the service type is P, it means it's a rate plan.
What is R?
R is a SOC. So in our rate plan table, we get the combination of SOCs and rate plans.
Yes.
How do we segregate it is based on the service type. If the service type is P, it's a rate plan. If the service type is R, it's a SOC. How we segregate that?
But each record will have both, right? As each SOC will be associated with the rate plan. It should have both, right?
In rate plan table, what Lindu or OSR sends us is a combination of SOCs. And combination in the sense not this rate plan belongs to this SOC, not like that. But list of SOCs, list of rate plans.
Okay.
It's like mix and match in that. We have both SOCs and rate plans in the rate plan table.
Okay.
But how do you see or segregate which is a rate plan, which is a SOC? Is based on the service type. And how do you segregate that service type is on OSR. I'm not involved.
Okay.
But it's to distinguish which one is the rate plan and which one is the SOC. Though we are at a rate plan level, we still get some SOCs, right? So I don't know why, but we get some SOCs. But how do we distinguish is based on this?
A SOC can be a rate plan, or a rate plan can be a SOC.
Can be a rate plan.
That's why
That is how we get this.
Can you open this table once?
Which table?
Table dim rate plan.
Yeah.
Put a filter where the service type is SOC.
Is T. Is R, sorry.
R is a SOC, is it?
Yeah.
T is rate plan.
Rate plan. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting.
These are all the SOCs we have.
These are all the rate plans which are SOCs.
Yeah. These are flowing as a rate plan, but in fact they are SOX. This is the rate plan table.
How you can say this is flowing as a rate plan, but
We
it's
have
a
the same record in SOC.
In features,
We have same record in SOC. Yeah. These are all SOC figures. It's a factor dimension table. It should be a dimension table.
it's a fact table. The features are the fact table because it keeps changing.
Should be a dimension. It's a different table. We have subscriber list.
Here's the information as a subscriber. A subscriber.
Table which only has SOC, like the rate plans.
Just the SOX, no. It is combined with the rate
Rate
plan and
plan.
the
Where
rate plan.
these distinguishes of the rate plan and the SOC. We do not have any SOC table.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
What we are doing, I'm just trying to understand what are we applying. Okay, we just say dummy line is equal to 1. Okay, yeah, this cool.
But how I'm planning to do that, do the coding for that project is update and set based on the SOC indicator. If the SOC indicator is ZBB that they are providing me, exclude them. Or you can directly mention that, saying that if the SOC indicator is ZBB and no matter what, if the customer is having some market code which needs to be excluded, no matter what the other things are, if at all, if the customer is having the SOC indicator, assign that exclude ID of whatever is there for the rate plan. Assign
It should be a new exclude column, right? Don't you think that it should be a new exclude column like int reason, int market, it should be a new column, right?
So why can't you introduce a new column for a SOC in the exclude table, and you can exclude those with these regions when you get this kind of SOC where it is like this?
That needs a lot of changes.
Yes, but that's a new reasoning.
With the time frame that I'm having, I can't really do that. This is a June or August project, I don't remember. They keep on changing the dates, but with the time frame I'm having, this is what we have decided and agreed upon, and the business is good on what was proposed to them. So we will be doing that, I think.
Okay, yeah. Now, yeah, we'll go back to the rules document. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far, or you want anything?
The last point we should discuss P and R. So I got R for rate planner. What about P? It's a SOX or how it is?
R is
R is for
SOC.
SOC and P is for rate plan. See, only thing is when we will get the whole dump of rate plan and SOX as one extract from OSR, where this is where we distinguish between a rate plan and a SOC within that extract. P are all SOCs.
Rate plans. P.
Oh, sorry.
P is rate
Oh,
plan.
sorry, yeah. Getting confused. Okay. P are all rate plans, whereas R are all SOCs.
SOC.
Okay. So, but we are not knowing how these SOCs are mapped to those rate plans.
All the SOCs are mapped to rate plans
No, we'll not get that information.
unless the customer, he himself wants this rate plan and the so and so SOC.
See, the relationship between SOC and rate plan is simple, okay? He can just enable all the SOCs for that rate plan. The relationship is just simple, okay? If he subscribes to the rate plan, he can...
Alluri, there should be a table where all SOCs should map to the one rate plan.
It's not
No, it can be a many to many.
I mean,
It can be one to many. One rate plan can have multiple SOCs.
No, one rate plan can have
rate
many.
plans are not mapped together. So one rate plan can have n number of stocks and not vice versa.
Not many to many, not possible here. The thing is that one too many is there. One rate plan will have multiple stocks. So we will be getting stocks, but somewhere in the configuration table or in the fact level, maybe all the stocks will be mapped to one rate plan.
At the subscriber level, yes, that is in the feature table.
At subscriber level, see, any rate plan to be associated with the stock will be at subscriber level.
Right. Based on what stock he wants to be associated with the account.
What stock he enables for his rate plan.
Right. So that is at the feature table.
So, but again, if subscriber is coming, he will the rate plan will vary based on the stocks he has taken, right?
No, first he has to take a rate plan. Only then he can get a stock.
Okay. So, very much fair. So you want to say that rate plan already has taken, and he has enabled this much stocks. So we are getting basic transaction data. So
all the stocks are optional. He might want it or he might not want it.
Just to give an example, right? Say one subscriber, he just goes to T-Mobile and says, okay, I need this package, say 200 minutes, a rate plan of $70 or $30 per month. That would be a rate plan where he will be getting some default with the rate plan. He may get 200 minutes and on 10 text messages associated with that. Okay, he can now have one more stock which is nothing but plan, saying, okay, I need additional 200 text-free messages. It would be a stock, and I need a data plan 3G.
Yeah, I got you.
That the customer
that's where the stocks come into picture.
If he has taken for 200 minutes or 300 minutes, that itself is a stocks. So if there is a transaction related to us, that stocks also should come into the feature table. So that is why we are getting stocks, right?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
No rate plan, no post data. Yeah, we'll just go through roughly how many are there in this document. Just explain a few more.
Okay.
Now you got the pretty good understanding of what business rules are and how typically they apply. At a high level, I know that it's not right.
See that, Aluri, that is what I want to say you. We have the high level. So business also should agree on this. We have a high level. I don't have an issue on this. So, for example, if the way you remember, we started our reverse KT for Peter and all. He has started questioning with the subscriber level and all. So,
I understand, yeah. I can understand that, yes.
I'm not saying I'm not running for anything, but that's what I'm trying to say, that I have this much of info, and you are agreeing on that. If something comes into development, we should be considered based on that. If I will give if something, don't mind Silpa, but what I'm trying to say here, some development comes to you, you can develop in 2 days. But if the same come to me, I might charge for 5 days because I don't know the system. I need to dig into that.
That is exactly what I'm doing now. When Troy has transitioned to another department, the same work he mentioned is simple, and the T-shirt size he mentioned was simple, which means that the impact was simple, small. But then it looked medium to me because I need to do more research, and then based on the requirements, I need to figure out how I have to map it. That is absolutely fine. That is how it goes on when a new person takes over.
So yeah, but somewhere it should be recorded, right, as part of KT process. That is how it is going to be. That's what it should. If I will start giving playback or shadowing phase, and you started questioning me on the data model level, I may not able to answer because that is not at all covered. And I should not be
We are covering so far for you, but I never had any coverage till now.
No. Now this process is like that. We will be qualified based on the answer and the understanding we provide to you on the reverse KT or shadowing phase or quality gates. So we should not be disqualified based on that if something not covered. I am okay with that.
You to
we will take
mention
that
that
offline. Yeah,
this is
I will take this offline, Aluri.
so and so is being covered and so is not been covered. That is.
yeah, we'll take that offline and yeah. See, but see, the understanding now is right. Trying to understand. We can't. We can't go through all the business rules, but an overview of the business rules, how they will be applied, at what level of data, what happens. Is that till now we are clear, right? Now what we can do is, right, Shilpa will still explain a few other business rules as we are still having time. Okay, we'll try to go through the documents, the business rule document which Shilpa has given us. I'll upload to the to the SharePoint, or I'll just send it through mail today, and later on we'll upload it to the T-Mobile SharePoint.
Aluri, one thing just trying to understand here. See, what Shilpa or any developer will do, they will map the business requirement into technical code. So, for example, whatever the functional guys, right now we are here, they have the list of the business rule right now in SmartMart. The functional guy or business will be very much clear on this. What business rules should be applied? If, for example, if Shilpa is going to the business guys and saying that if we do this development, it will impact this. So there should be one guy who can say validate this. No, it won't be like this. It will be like this. So, and he will say based on some docs. So whether we can get those kind of documentation from any functional guy or not. That is my question. Can you talk to this on Maria, where we can talk to any business guy and he can give me those business scenarios or rules within the form of any documentation?
Yeah, see, I think pretty much what we are having right now.
And even before that, after this session, let us go through the documents that I have. I'm going to give you a pen drive, and then you can.
See, yes, Vinay, absolutely. Whatever you told is correct. See, we will get all the documents, whatever we are having with Shilpa, and everything else we should raise it as part of document gap analysis.
Yes. So we'll go to the business scenario. We'll try to, by doing these conditions or business rules, we will try to analyze the system. Right? You are getting my point, Aluri. So we'll try to analyze. We may ask some of the scenarios with Shilpa and whoever is the development team who can help us to try to understand those business scenarios. She may not able to answer also, but she can tell us that this is some tables where we can go and dig the code.
Yes. One more thing, right? Okay, on these rate plans, you said rate plans are excluded based on information provided by revenue accounting, and we do have one lookup table where we say we'll have a reference table where we have all the rate plans, and then all the exclusions for these rate plans will be hard coded, right?
Yes.
If there is anything new comes in, we need to modify the code saying, okay, this rate plan needs to be excluded. Or do we have any reference table for that? Okay, these are the rate plans to be excluded. That is like simple, right?
It's good, but we didn't have it.
Okay, at least at these levels, because rate plans and markets, we can have a lookup table. Okay, these are the needs to be excluded wages. Okay, that's fine. That's been followed, and it just hard coded everything in the business rules, and that okay, these are the rate plans.
Mostly, we don't really want to exclude anything unless there is any requirement, like how we are getting it.
How frequently do you think that this
is the first time that I'm getting in last 2 years that I've been here. And I don't know how about the later time, how often they have got it, but this is the first time that I'm excluding a rate plan. So if we are good, we can.
Yeah, we can continue.
So post-dated, because as I mentioned, Samsung will be sending some documents which are post-dated. I mean to say some records which are posted. Like for example, if I'm the customer, I go into the store, and it might be a manual mistake, or if the customer really wants the activation to be done on like next year, 2014 January. If he really wants to do it, that's fine. It could sometimes be a manual mistake on Samsung's end, and they instead of entering 2013, they could enter 2014. So that is like a post-dated record. that is not a current record, right? Like it's not in the current place. So we want to exclude all those records as well because that is not active yet. Until and unless it becomes an active, we want to exclude it. All these post-rated records. Like we can receive an activation record saying that act date is Jan 1, 2014. That is not the current one. Till that date,
will not consider that as a part of
excluded.
as an activation because it's not activated.
That could be an error. Like instead of entering 2013, they could have entered 2014. That could be an error, but then we have to handle it.
Okay.
Then reason codes. Based on which reason why we are
Reason code or activity code. What is
right.
that?
Why we are excluding that customer. So in here, this includes ban and missed and change. It's the same if I'm the customer and for some reason I want my ban to be changed, my account number to be changed, or I want my phone number to be changed. I don't want the same phone number. I want a different phone number. But then I am already a T-Mobile customer. Okay, but I'm just so if at all we have any new bans or new missions, that would be usually counted as an activation, right? Right. So, but I'm not a new activation. I'm already there, but then I want a different number. So in that case, you want to exclude those customers.
As a new activation.
Yes.
But would we get as a part of new activation, right? But I mean, we get them as a part of new activation.
We get them as a part of new activations because it's a new ban and mission.
But we segregate them based on the reason code.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They would send some indicator like this. If customers are changing their bans, just bans, they would send some indicator saying that if at all the indicator is so and so, change CHN or
indicator reason code.
See, if you in here. Activity code MCN. MCN means ban change. So if the activity code that we get from Samsung is MCN, which means it's a ban change. So don't include that particular customer as a new activation. Okay. Exclude them based on the
activity code, right? I can say it's a kind of activity transaction made by the subscriber. I mean, activity code. What does it correlate to the subscriber? The activities made by the subscriber. Can I correlate to that?
Yes, activities made by the subscriber on his account.
On his account.
Yes.
Each activity made by the subscriber will be associated with an activity code.
Yes.
Okay. And the information which we receive will have also activity code also. It would be at the activity code level.
Yes. We would get that information from Samsung.
Each activity code will be associated with reason code.
Yes.
Each activity can have multiple reasons.
Why that particular activity code is being assigned? Yes, we will have a reason code for that.
Can an activity code can have multiple reasons?
Yes. One activity code
can have multiple reasons.
I don't think so.
I think it should have. It has. The same example has a it has the same it has one activity code. It has the same activity code but two reason codes.
I'm thinking at the subscriber level. Okay.
No, but okay. Now coming to subscriber, will that be possible?
One subscriber, if I'm the subscriber, I'll make a instant change, and that has been done because of so and so reason. And we'd have a date when it has happened. On the same day again, I can make one more change, but then the activity code on the subscriber would be the same, but then the reason code will be different.
But what we get? We get two, but do we get the latest one or we get two?
Today we might get two.
No, he does on the same day.
We'll get two.
But tomorrow the updated one.
Yeah, tomorrow only the updated.
No, but two will be updated, right? Today itself.
Yeah, two will be updated. Whenever we get the records, it would be updated on our end.
But we don't see whenever we say two, right? We only receive the extract tomorrow, right? It would be only one, right? We don't require two. We don't get two. No, whenever you say
by the time OSR is getting the snapshot from Samsung, what are the records that exist? That is all.
But if there are any two or more, does OSR pick the latest one? I mean, any
That is
idea on
up to
that?
OSR. I don't know. I have no idea.
But in this case, okay, let me cross verify with OS, with the team. Not sure how do they pick the, as far as my understanding, they pick the latest one, right?
What can you come again already?
Suppose if the user has multiple activities done.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not following. Can you come again, please?
I'm not sure whether I'm asking the correct thing or not, but should have everything.
What?
Should have everything. What are all the activities done by the subscriber? Should have all the activities.
It should typically have all the activities because that is how we receive the same day activations and deactivations records. If it is based on the latest itself, then if the customer first activated and then deactivated, we would just get the deactivated. And how can we map that deactivation without an activation? So we would get all the records. I think so, but you can just verify with Linju again.
Silva, my understanding, here we are getting only the activity. For example, activity could be activation, deactivation, reactivation and all. We won't be getting the activity of the subscriber, right? That will be there in the billing system.
That is what we are getting into our applications.
Whenever you say activity, right, what is your assumption?
Activation, deactivation.
No, the activity, whenever you say subscriber activity, right, what do you mean by subscriber activity?
From a SmartNode perspective, I mean to say that activation, deactivation, reactivation, migration, that's what we have the analytics doing for. Or detailable, if a subscriber is using, just now used SMS, and which will cost him this much amount, this much dollars. So that kind of thing should be there in the Samsung billing system. We are only bothered about whether this customer is activated today or what is this bill cycle, so that we can count how much activation happened for this profit center against this month or this current day, or that's what we are doing in SmartMart.
Yes. Whenever we say activity, right, it's not here the activity is different. The activity is not he sent a text message, but whenever he comes to us, whenever he calls the customer care and saying that, okay, I want a new phone number.
Okay.
With the same account, now I need a new number.
Okay.
I don't want to use the same number again. In that case, right, he's an existing subscriber. He requested an activity. It's an activity requested by the user saying that, okay, I need a new phone number, but the account remains the same. Then what happens in a sense, we should not treat that as a new activation. They will have activity code and then the activity reason code associated with that. Where based on that, we'll have our business rules saying that, okay, this is activity code. We need to treat this as we should not treat this as a new activation. It's an existing one. And put the exclude ID. Put the exclude ID. And put the exclude ID for the business rules.
So exclude ID is also there associated with this business rule for activity code and all, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, got. Thanks a lot.
That is the reason, exclude reason in EXEL.
But only one thing is, at a subscriber level, a subscriber level can have one activity can have multiple reason codes at subscriber level. Can be possible.
At subscriber level, one activity. Yeah.
Can have multiple.
So on the same day, on the subscriber, if you take the same scenario, I do this first and then I change.
That's what I'm saying. It's a valid one.
So that is about the reason code or activity combination. And I have given you this document so you can go through that. Good? Till then.
Okay, these are documents which you shared with us, right?
Yeah, I just emailed you. And then deact or react. In the same month, the one which I have mentioned before, same month, deact and then react, and then deact or the activities that are performed on same band, mixed in combination, like on the customer. I went to the store, I deactivated first. I'm already a T-Mobile customer. I deactivated first and then I reactivated. So that shouldn't be a new reactivation or
Deactivated and activated again.
yeah, the calculations are given here.
What if, I have one scenario, what if he deactivates this month and activates next month?
He would flow through the reactivation within that period of time. There is a 90-day period. After I deact, I can react. But then, if I deactivate it today, after 90 days, which is 2 months, till then, if I reactivate it again, I would be flowing through as a deactivation and not an activation.
Okay.
After 90 days, I then decided that after 100 days or something, I want to take the new, I want to reactivate, but then it's not possible, so he has to be a new activation.
Shilpa, correct me if what I understood. What you are telling, if I am a postpaid customer and today I have deactivated my account, so till 90 days, it won't be considered as a deactivation.
It would be considered as a deactivation on the same day when you have performed the transaction, but then within the 90 days, you can reactivate again, and if you reactivate again, you won't be needing to pay all those amounts that you have paid so far. I mean, like while you are activating a new line, you would have to pay the initial charges for activating the line.
Okay.
The service charges, activation fee and stuff. So
Okay.
if it is within that 90 days, you don't need to pay that again. If it is beyond that 90 days, you have to pay that new activation fee, considering it as a new activation.
Okay. Okay. So if that for example, that request will be considered as a deactivation, and in the case of reactivation, if it is within the 90 days, we can consider as a reactivation. If more than 90 days, it will be a new activation, right?
New activation, yes, absolutely.
Okay. Thanks.
So if in the same month, if we have multiple, so within 90 days I can reactivate any time, right? So now I deactivated today, and within 90 days I reactivated again. And again, the very next day I reactivated, I decided to deactivate again. So it's still possible case. And again, after that, within 2 days I can again reactivate it. So we have to, how do I put it? We have to have a mechanism to capture the customers who are deactivating and reactivating within the same month. All our extracts are month to date, right? Especially the act, deact, and react. So within the same month, if we are getting multiple records, but with the deact date and react date are varying, we need to exclude those customers based on the last transaction that he has performed. So for example, I deactivated now. So usually how it does is, I flow through the deactivation records, and then I reactivate it tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to be in the reactivation.
We'll be in both actually. We'll be in the deactivation as well as reactivation, as we are doing monthly extracts. Don't he follow you?
Monthly, right? So it would be, the last transaction would be truncated. I mean, it won't be shown up in your...
So will not get as part of deactivation record at all. It will be part of reactivation.
Reactivation.
Okay.
And again, if I deactivate it, it's like flowing from one cup into another cup. So you need to balance between those two. And how do you balance this? Using these calculations.
Calculation and react with react. React is equal to react exclude all transactions. React greater than react exclude all except last deactivation. React greater than react.
So So the number of times I performed the deactivations this month and the number of times I performed the reactivations this month are same. So I deactivated.
No, as you told, right? How do we track them? Because see, whenever you say today we deactivated, we'll get it as part of deactivation extract. Tomorrow he reactivates. Okay. See, the other next day, will we get two records? One in the deactivation and one in the reactivation, or we get one only, the latest one, which is reactivation? I think we should get two, right? Then only we can apply the scenario. Or else we
Get your question, sorry.
suppose there is one subscriber who activated today, okay, and then we got the extract. Okay, this is the subscriber who is a new activation. The very next day he deactivates it. Okay, now on the third day, now as we receive the extract, we'll receive this on the third day. I mean the next day when he deactivates. Will he be part of both deactivation and reactivation extracts from OSR, or will he be part only on the latest transaction what he made, which is deactivation?
Typically be part of both.
Should be, or else you will not be able to
Yeah.
apply this scenario, because see, this scenario, this only the scenario whenever you say, or will it be part of C? Whenever we say deact or
So Vinay here.
or individual activations or deactivations.
Aluri, as per my understanding, T-Mobile is interested to store the history. It's not like that one activation record is now deactivation, so they will remove activation, and it's a type 2 kind of dimension. So we should be keeping both, I think, in these scenarios.
Yeah, we would be having both. Or else we can't really compare and
These activations count.
compensate the count.
But definitely there should be some way to identify, to treat this when you say that how many activation happens. So we should not count both. Or deactivation, we should not have something this where some columns directly should be there, where we can find that there is a record already there in deactivation also, activation also. I'm not sure about that, how it happens, but how.
Where is in the same month multiple deacts and reacts. If we receive the subscriber with reactivations and reacts in the same month, if they are both are equal, if we have equal number of deactivations and reactivations for that subscriber, then we say all are excluded. I mean, because he deactivated, he reactivated, he deactivated and reactivated.
So he's still active. He might be gone, but it's actually balanced.
He's not considered as any active record, because everything is been excluded, even though his latest transaction.
Yeah, you are right. Yes, yes. Perfect. So that, for example, activation, now the deactivation also, it will go to deactive table, but before going deactive table, it will check that whether the same record is there or not, and it will put as exclude ID something, right?
Yes. And then makes sense.
That makes sense.
Then deacts greater than reacts. It should be his latest time of reactivation, we should consider as a deactivation. Reacts greater than deacts. Yeah. Because his transition he'll be starting with activation. So if it is even number, if they are same, the latest transition will always deactivation. Activation, deactivation, means if they are same, right? It will be always deactivation, because activation, deactivation. Then activation.
He's already active.
Yeah, he
So
made
this is the case only when deacts and reacts play. I mean, in order to perform those both, he should already be inactive.
Yeah, it should be, first thing would be activation always.
Yeah.
I don't say.
If he's not active, he won't be there in T-Mobile at all. So then the multiple act.
What is it? Well, due to the activation extract.
This is just at the activation level, and in the same month for the same customer, it might be an error or with the Samsung billing system, or I don't know how the way they do it at their end, but sometimes we receive activation for the same customer, ban and listen combinations, we receive several activations. That is not a good record.
No, it's not. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So in that case, we have to check on which is the latest one based on the system update date and exclude the rest of the one.
It's a multiple activations, right? I mean, we receive the data at substable, ban, rate plan, stock level. Ban, rate plan, stock, and market means which will be. We issue multiple activations with these combinations, right?
Yes. But then, if it is an activation, you would get, for example, if I'm the customer, I would get some activation based on some combinations. And then I change, and if there is another activation record with a different combination, which means that there are two scenarios. It might mean that the customer has changed his rate plan or something. So then, in that case, it shouldn't be an activation; it should be their migration.
Migration, yeah.
Right. So we would receive certain records wherein we get the duplicate, not exactly a duplicate, but then some bad records saying that same ban on Nitin has activated on the same day or different days. But then they might or might not have the same combinations of market, rate plans, and other these things. So if the market, all those combinations change, usually that is considered as a migration, not an activation. And whatever the data that we get from Samsung, trust me, it's not the good data at all. There have been several challenges to face that data.
What does these rules say? Now, if we get this, what is the main? What do we do in that case?
So in that case,
we don't know which one to ignore, right?
Usually they consider the latest one.
Latest one.
Based on the system update, the Mac system update, consider that as the activation one and deactivate. Not deactivate, but exclude.
Reconsider it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then exclude
why not it's getting filtered at the OSR? It can be done at their end, right? They need to always pick the latest one.
No, Luri, it cannot be filtered at OSR level. Why? Because OSR just extracts from the billing table, irrespective of dependency and all. It don't do any checks. Parallelly, they have fetching activate.
They do
have a lot of business rules applied at their end as well, right?
Yes.
They do have business rules.
So in Samsung, how the data looks, I was told that in Samsung the data looks as a warehouse. There you have all the details regarding the customer activities in one single table or in several tables. But then OSR is the one who usually segregates those customers into acts, deacts, reacts, and then sends us the extract. So in Samsung, I don't think there is any activation table, deactivation table, anything such as such. OSR is the one who segregates the customers and sends us the extract.
But as per our KT with Linjo, she did not told like this. She told us to that parallelly we are extracting act, deact, and all from the billing Samsung, and we have OSR extract schedules which will put parallelly. It's not like the first we should put activation and then with the fact, dimension fact. There's nothing like that. All our parallelly process are running, which will be directly just copying the data from there and generating the extracts. When we go into the loading, do the validation.
I'm not saying about the schedules that they have, but according to me, what I was told is OSR is the one who segregates the customers into acts, deacts, and reacts.
Sorry, we did not got anything with this, from Linjo. If that is the case, it's completely different. What we got for OSR KT.
No. Vinay. I mean, as you remember that they do extraction process. They do some transformations, right? They do putting the staging everything. They do some transformations on the data. It's not that it's a simple extract. They just give it directly. They have their own logic actually to do that. I'm aware of this actually.
You are which level they do any explanations there, or because I'm not remembering.
I don't know. That's what whenever I ask, right, can you drive us through few businesses? Linju explained it 1 or 2, and then she asked us to go to the code. I mean, it's more complex because
No, if that is the case, she should tell us those business scenario like the way we are discussing with Silpa. Agree, right?
Agreed. That's what I'm asking. What all we need from Linju?
Okay, we'll talk it offline.
Yeah, we'll take that offline. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So in multiple acts, that is how we get it for we set up this flag into multiple
This is for?
multiple acts, multiple activations in the same month.
Okay.
So we set up that flag.
Okay.
And this is pretty much same as the same month, the reacts and deacts. This is same as the
Same rule, is it?
no, it's for deact and react 7.
Oh, this is for acts and
and
deacts.
deact. Yes. In the same month, I can activate, deactivate, and then activate again. So then we have to not consider as 2 activations. We have to consider as just 1.
So, but whenever they do activation and deactivation in the same month, does the second transaction contain a reactivate? Does it contain an activation? Is it?
Exclude same month acts and deacts.
When does this scenario comes and when does this scenario comes?
Which and which?
Whenever the user activates today and he deactivates tomorrow and then activates the other day, does the system treat it as a reactivation or a new activation? It's the same case, right? I'm not able to.
Same case between 7 and 9, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Exclude same month acts or deacts where
Why does that scenario comes in? When does? Any idea on that? Any idea?
Vendors, as I mentioned, Samsung data.
I do, okay.
We had pretty bad time last year in November when we had a big project release and the data we expected was exactly opposite, and it took 3 months for us to settle down with that kind of a data we get. So it's just unexpected. You just keep getting the cuts in whichever manner they can send it.
Same month acted deactivate.
Everything matches, but then for some reason we get same month deacts and acts. This is just same as the 7th one, but just on different levels.
But what if they are both greater than, that doesn't contain the scenario?
Which one?
It just says only one scenario which says if both are same, check remaining deact against the activity. There is a same month act, both the act and the act are marked for exclusion. What if there are multiple transactions? If the acts are greater than reacts or reacts are greater than acts, the acts are greater than activations and activations are greater than the activations.
So they would flow through that particular queue, right? So if I'm the customer, I activated this month, today, and tomorrow I deactivated, and again I activated with the same exact details in the sense, same SIM number. Sometimes SIM number won't be the same, so that is considered as a new activation. I'm the customer, I can get 2 phones, right? 2 phones. So each phone would be associated with a different SIM. You agree?
Yeah.
You can't have the same SIM number for 2 phones. You should have two different SIMs for 2 separate phones. So if I activated today with SIM 1 and tomorrow I activated with SIM 2, that is a genuine activation.
You can go with an example like family plan. I'm the owner, but I took one more for my child or something.
Yeah.
So it's a child connection.
But then it would be on your name.
My name, of course. I'll do
So
activation
it
again.
seems to outside people that you had two lines.
Yeah.
But in fact, you're using one and you're using one for your family.
Yeah.
So if the SIMs or other names or other details would vary, then it would consider as a two separate activations. But then if everything matches, like the SIM number is same, ag date is same, and ban, missed, name, everything is same, and still we have two records, then we have to check on that.
Is there any chance we can find that kind of record?
Could be. As I mentioned, you can expect the worst out of Samsung. And I don't blame them at the same time because that is a huge application where it considers everything about the billing. So such scenarios are possible. Right? Yeah, it's a manual entry.
He might.
Maybe submit it 2 times.
Yeah.
Connection problem.
Yeah.
You
You could expect anything.
Yeah.
That is about business rules. And this document I find it pretty interesting because I haven't gone through this so far, but it even explains about the hierarchies. Hierarchies in the which is applied first and which is applied next. On which tables. Looks like this is what you are looking for. These are the extracts in the sense of the direct tables, the activations, base tables, and all the tables. And first, this business rule, the market business rule will be applied on the cross-mark tables, on all of the tables, looks like it. And then post-dated business rule will be applied on only the base and migrations. So it gives you the information.
But as far as we assume that post-dated will be applied on all, right? In all the, whatever we discussed, it will be applied on all the tables, activations, migrations, right? I mean, in our initial discussion, right? But ideally based on this, we are not applying to the whole extracts, we are applying only for few. I mean, each business rule is not applied on all the extracts.
Right.
The few business rules are only applied on few extracts.
Yes. And the order in which they are applied.
What should be, okay, is this the order in which they apply?
Yes, that is the hierarchy.
Okay.
This should give you some good amount of information that you're looking for. And some more detailed explanation on each of them.
The same getting repeatable. Few, I think, I mean, but just I think we are pretty, not pretty, we can say, but
at
yeah,
least an overview.
Yeah, at least we got some good understanding of the business rules and how they apply. I think, yeah, I'll just send a mail. I think we need to start going through this document and then going through the procedure. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll sit with you, Bill.
Because I haven't gone through all of these documents. I just got them recently to me. So I can cover you all the sets of documents.
If you have any other questions, Vinay, Sunil.
No, as of now, we already know that whatever we.
And I do have some Samsung documentation at the same time. Like that is our source, how things look like in Samsung.
Yeah, I think that
you can probably go through that at the same time. I'll share all these things.
Yeah, we can see. I'll just sit with you. We can forward it to the team mobile SharePoint.
Yeah.
Just explain.
It gives you an overview. Yeah.
A feature cannot have an RC. What is RC?
Break plan code, I believe.
Feature cannot be sold directly to a brand. Features must be part of the SOC.
Right.
Or a price plan means which is nothing but rate plan.
Rate plan,
right?
yeah.
I think we'll go through this. I think it's pretty. When apart from this, right, till now the discussion on the business rules or anything, right? Do you have any questions on this?
No, whatever discussed is very good. Definitely we got something. It's not like that we got nothing. But yeah, expectations are more regarding getting into the technical side. So which will be feeling, and if we get.
No, see. Yeah, we'll try now to map to the technical things. Now you got okay at what level business rules will be applied and what kind of business rules, right? I mean, how do they get applied? I think now it should be pretty much straightforward in your procedure, saying that okay, these are the business rules, and we need to go through the document. It's not that. It's just simple updates.
So if you
understand
go
it's just
to that
simple.
business rules, apply business rules and apply business rules to, and the document that I sent you, you should pretty much get the clear picture, and if at all you have more doubts on.
It should be pretty much simple updates, but only thing is, whenever the exclude IDs when we need to go through, but just try go through the document and everything, then we can discuss in tomorrow's call, okay?
Yeah, we'll discuss it offline, Alluri.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Then we can set our own expectations.
Yeah, we'll discuss this in detail. Let's not suspend this call for this kind of.
Yeah. Only the other agenda would be on the known issues and resolutions, anything which you want.
How many you want to know?
That's
Shilpa, if time permits, we can ready to hear for all. For us, it is already 12 o'clock night. We can hear you.
We want the resolutions as well for that. We don't want issues. We want issues and resolutions.
So. Sometimes we get some projects based on.
One more thing, can you just walk through on the new reason code, adding new reason code or the month and activities, right? Can you just walk through what needs to be exactly?
It's not the month end. Basically, we have.
Not month end, but
every monthly activity, I should say.
Monthly activity every month at any time.
So whenever there are any new reason codes or any new issues from their end, what they usually do is
Can you just walk through so that we'll document this?
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to document this process actually. Document, or at least we need to come with okay, this is one of the monthly activities which you do as part of Smart Mark.
Definitely. We need this information as part of month end. What we used to do at support perspective, development perspective, everything. If support is doing the month end activity, if there will something happen in the how from a development perspective we'll rectify those errors and will correct if any code fix or anything. So we need to understand this activity in detail.
And one more thing, actually, I spoke with Vijay, right? Support. We didn't get the right information on the detailed information on how do we do the restatement process.
I'm not involved in this.
He told that a dev will provide us the scripts and we'll just execute them.
I haven't. Maybe Troy would have, because Vijay and Troy, they have been here for quite a while.
Okay.
So I haven't provided personally. I don't know anything about the restatement. Usually it's the application support that takes care of it on the 5th business day or sometime of that month, that period in the month, and they go ahead and run their own things. But I haven't provided it. And I don't do that on the dev or UAT environment.
I'm not sure whether he knows we got the scripts.
Alluri, if that is the case, let's take it with the Vijay and with a separate call with respect to month-end activity, what he is supposed to do, and we'll document it.
It's not actually a month-end activity. That's a monthly activity. It's done on the 5th or 6th business day of the month. So it's like
it's a monthly activity. You can't say month-end, but it's a monthly activity every which runs. But we need to understand what it is and what.
I don't do that on the dev or UAT. It's not mandatory. It's just on the production. Yes.
Yeah, we need to check with Ashok whether Ashok got the. I already sent a mail on this to the support saying that okay, these are the one you need to get the KT on, but I'm not sure. And not the restatement, reloading the data for the previous history one. What do we call that? Recovery. On that, he even didn't share the scripts. He didn't go through it. He told that, again, the dev will share the script and
I do the recovery on dev, but then on production, I don't have the right person.
Hey, you will share the scripts, whatever the process.
He already have it. He actually shared it with me. Maybe because he got it from the other developers, previous developers, I believe. But,
Okay. Can you walk us through and share the scripts with us for the recovery? Maybe we can have, if you have some time now, we can just complete it. We still have 30 minutes left. How much time do you think?
I'll give you an overview. That's not that difficult. It's just the regular.
Yeah, just an overview, and you can share the scripts with
let
us.
me complete this monthly this task.
No
this
issues.
is pretty much not the
issues.
issues, but this is the monthly reference updates that we get from the
Oh yeah, we'll complete this and we'll come to it.
Yeah. So every month, whenever we have a reference update, it's the downstream systems that provides us the remedy ticket. So I have the access to remedy, and this is how they usually provide me the remedy ticket. So going in, I would have an attached document, Excel sheet, wherein it explains what things I need to add to the lookup table. So for this one,
The remedy ticket that contains the details, right?
right, the remedy ticket itself contains the details. So here,
I mean, how much time for this mean? Do we estimate it, or the remedy ticket? How do we mean?
No, they directly assign it to us. They directly assign the remedy ticket to us. Like if you see the remedy ticket, it looks like something like this. So it mentions that whoever person needs to get that remedy ticket assigned to. So this is what they sent me for this month. I have to submit. So these are the rate plan codes and stuff. So in the table, in the name itself, it's a new pooling rate plan request. So, and here it is mentioned to need to add to the lookup table. So how my scripts looks like is, I'll show you the last month, this thing. It's like this. This is the group type. So whatever they give me this one. These are the details that they shared on the Excel sheet. So I'm going to just put them in here. That's it. Insert into that lookup table. That is all I do for.
But I mean, what does this say? We're only just adding them, but we need to, whether we need to ignore it as part of validate business rules, or suppose they given a new reason code now,
Right.
and this reason code to be it's one of the business rules to exclude. If this reason code is there, exclude it. Because we have one.
The reason codes they're implementing as a new one. These are the new reason codes we never had so far, but we are implementing in this.
But yeah, going forward, if this reason code is a new, and if okay, got that. Will not become part of OSR extract?
No. These are not part of OSR.
How does that differ actually?
I have no idea, but EGW and SmartMod, we both do the same way. Even EGW also does this.
Do we have reason code extract from OSR? Any idea on that?
We have reasons, I believe.
Yeah, reasons are nothing but okay. This is pooling, right? What does this mean actually?
Pooling and non-pooling. One of it means a family plan and one of it means a individual plan.
Where do we use these tables? Example, say.
In fact, activation table, for example, that contains columns like what is the reason code for that, what is the pooling plan for that. Like not all the rate plans are pooled. Pooled in the sense containing a group, a family plan. Non-pooled is a single account, like only one single user. So not all rate plans would be associated with the pooling plan. Like if I'm an individual user, I can't really have the same rate plan if I'm in a family plan. So if I individually am there in my account, I would have one rate plan, right? And if I have my brother added to my account, we would need a new different plan for that. And if I'm an individual, I can't access that family plan. It's like kind of difference between individual plan and a family plan.
Okay.
And where we use the, hold on, let me find out one thing. Yeah, we get the reason from over there. But then these are the new reasons that they submit in terms of Excel sheets like this, and
How does this differ between the No, this is not the reasons. This is some pooling plan.
this is the pooling, and then we have
Reasons also.
this is
How
group
does-
types. The last one, this is reason codes.
But what difference we get between this and that? That's what I mean.
These are the new ones that isn't there in the application at all.
But it-
This is just being introduced right now.
Can you browse this table once to look up the act reason? There's a flag of int ls excluded.
Int is excluded.
Right?
It is excluded for so and so reason. This is by default excluded because it's just a defaulted one. So they will provide us which, if at all, this particular reason code is always excluded, no matter with what associations they are. So this is not basically what we do, it's from the business itself.
Okay, whenever they give us, right? I
Mhm.
mean, they give us, how do we know which table we need to insert into? They say reasons for reasons, pooling for poolings, and
Yes.
they do mention that, right?
Yes. So how they mention is this is one of the file that they have provided. It mentions new pooling, so TBL lookup pooling. This is group type entry, TBL rate plan, TBL lookup rate plan group type entry. All the lookups that is prefixed after this reason code. TBL lookup reason code. And we already have the standard script, the script that I was showing to you before. This is a standard script. So if at all we get only the reason codes and not the lookups, we just add it over here in the reason codes and then comment out the rest of the ones because we didn't get that for this particular month. So this is the standard one. We just append whatever the data we get every month. That's it. And their associated rollbacks.
You just add them whatever.
Reminds me I have to submit my. I need to send them an email saying that if they have something else for this particular month. So that is about the reference. And once that
Very good. Actually, it has multiple sheets, right?
I opened a multiple sheet.
Doesn't have any other sheet. Okay, this is the only sheet we need to refer to.
Yeah. Whatever the one is highlighted. So this has multiple sheets, but then whatever is there in here is what we need to care about. Yeah, the SQL has already been there. So. And this has...
No, the SQL will be there in the Excel which they send it.
Yeah, only for this particular, what is it? This is on group type. For the rest of the ones, it's just this way, and I need to map it to the table structure.
Getting a little bit to Excel.
To Excel,
No, two sheets. I mean, what is the other one? Which you found with the query?
this one.
It is a different...
So we have 3 monthly updates usually, done at the same time. One is pooling plans, one is rate plans, one is group type.
Okay.
All these 3, it's not necessary that you would get all these 3 in the same month.
Same one, okay.
You can get only one pooling plan this time and none of the others. So you just need to add only the pooling plan. You can ignore the rest. As long as you are being assigned a remedy ticket, only those you need to take care of. The rest of the ones you can.
Pooling plan and what else? Pooling plan.
Group types, reason codes.
What are group types? Any
They categorize the rate plans into some groups. So these are the existing ones. These are the existing group types. At home and for family, and they just give some names, each of them. These you just add it here and then submit those scripts to application support. And whenever they have an open window, they just run on the production. And once that goes into the production, they will validate it, saying that if it is good or not. And once everything looks good on production, you can just close the remedy ticket, which would notify the user.
Okay.
So that is the monthly process that we do.
How much time typically they expect from us to complete to close this remedy ticket?
There isn't any specific time, but usually that is done any time of the month, but preferably not in the last 5 business days, because that is when the month.
Time estimate they look for? Do they have any?
There isn't any specific time, because we have to get these 3 Excel sheets from different people.
Okay.
So it's not the same person who will be sending all those information. And sometimes they send it on the first week of the month. One group may send it on the first week and second group would send on the third week. So until I receive all of them, I won't do it because I have to do multiple instances of it, which I don't want to. So I'll just wait until I get all the updates for that particular month and then go ahead and do it. So sometimes I close the tickets. Though it went into production, I forget to close the tickets and I close it 2 months after. But they don't really care because that is already in the production. As long as their work is done within that particular month, they don't really care of closing the ticket. But if that particular thing doesn't go in that month, that would be a problem for them. That is one thing we need to coordinate with application support. That is about it regarding the recovery thing. So this is the document that I have got from them.
Okay.
And I didn't go through all of the recovery, all of this procedure, but the script that I use is this one, this particular script.
That's all.
Yeah, that is the only script that you run. And this particular date is when you want the recovery to be done, for recovery for which particular day you are doing. For example, I want to do it on 4/16. I would just rename it to 4 here.
So which day of the data we receive, or it contains month to data extract, right?
Right, but still we would have those extracts backed up, remember?
Create date of extract file.
Like, how our extract files look like, sub-act 2013.
We have month, yeah, we have month
and day.
Month and day associated with
right?
that. Yeah,
So if I want to run the recovery for 4/16, I need to have the extract files on 4/16, like sub-act 2013 4/16. That is the file name. That is the file that I need.
Oh, okay.
So I want that files to be there in the location where we usually have it, where we usually have our extracts, and then change the date here to which date you want to run the recovery, and which path ID in the sense, usually it's 1, which is hard-coded. Hard-coded in the sense like the one that we currently use it. We have to make sure that all those extracts are mentioned in this, are available in this path ID. And what type of activities or what type of data you want to recover. You want to recover the activity-related records or dimensions or features. What type of data you want to recover. If I don't want any of these, like activity is 0, I don't want that. I just want to load only dimensions. I don't even want to care about features. And this is not restated, so always my restated would be 0. I don't know how application support does the restated because I don't do it on WAT. For me, if I'm running the recovery, it's always restated is always 0. And sometimes, if at all the files are unzipped, the files that you get are already unzipped, then just set that flag. Yeah.
If it is not unzipped, we need to.
If it is not unzipped, it is 1. Zipped is 0. So this is the only.
If it's already zipped, then we need to put 0. If it is unzipped, we need to set.
Yeah, usually it's. I mean, it's.
0 zipped or 1 unzipped. Okay.
Yeah, usually it's. We get to the file as zipped itself, so we won't manually unzip it. Rather than our process would take care of unzipping it and extracting it. So this is the only script that I run, and there is one job.
Say, what if you want to run multiple days extracts? Do we need to run one by one?
Yes, one by one.
Okay.
That is the only thing I do for recovery. And there is a job that takes care of the rest of the processing, that is admin set recovery date. So that would, this job also would run for every 5 minutes and checks if the recovery flag has been set. And if it is set, then it takes care from there. It runs as the usual processing for that particular day.
Sorry, one second. Can you repeat that, please?
This particular job, admin set recovery date, that would check if the recovery flag is being set using this.
So should we need to run recovery job, this one?
You don't need to run it because that job is scheduled for every 5 minutes. So if at all the recovery flag is set to 1, that would take care.
It will fall. See, should we make an assumption that whenever we are running this recovery process, should we stop the normal data load process?
You have to run the recovery typically after this particular day's processing is being done.
After the current day's process?
Yes.
I mean, we need to ensure that both are not running at the same time.
Yes.
Or what happens if both run?
That is not a possible scenario because the script has to be manually run. So
ensure that, but
yes.
no, if it is manual run also, but there might be some possibility. If the data load is going on, we can kick off this one, right?
You shouldn't.
That's what I mean.
Since it's a manual run,
we need to make sure that none of the current day process is going on.
Right. Current day's process is completed. Only after that you can run the recovery. It's not. You have to run the recovery after completing this phase.
Okay. This is the recovery process.
Yes.
10 more minutes. Is it any issues or known issues you want to discuss with us?
Known issues.
And resolution. Smart.
Sometimes we get certain projects which plays around with socks, just socks, not rate plans, and we can't really fulfill them. That is the drawback.
Sorry.
So last November we had a project, Bridge to Value, that just plays around with socks. Sock activation, sock deactivation. How we have the rate plans related stuff, they just do it only for socks, but we can't really provide them because we are not sock.
How does that data come in? Whenever you say only SOC activation and SOC reactivation, right? How does that record distinguish between the rate plan? The normal record we get.
Based on the service type.
Okay, we receive service type as part of our fact also.
Yes, as part of our extract from OSR too.
In the fact extract, activation extract, deactivation.
Yes, that's not fact. Extract, yes.
Fact extract.
Extract.
An extract which is a fact table extract. Okay. Then if we are having any records with service type as R will be ignored. R is SOC will be ignored, right? Will be ignored.
Usually it is just on rate plan. That is the reason for last November we weren't able to
few
move.
Records
we weren't able to meet up the expectations of the business because they are looking for stocks and ours is a rate plan and we can't really go back to rate
And that
stocks.
will be loaded into the invalidated tables. Right?
It could be there on the, all these rate plans is part of the rate plan extract itself. There we get the service tax, PNR, right? So,
No, whenever you say, no, that's what I'm trying to understand. So whenever we receive these kind of records from Samsung saying, okay, so the SOC related activation and SOC related deactivation. Typically we get the service type as R for this all, right? We get R.
SOC related activation.
And that's what you told, right?
That is what they are looking for. That is what I'm saying. Business was looking for SOC related activations, SOC related deactivations and all that stuff. Like how we are having for the rate plan.
Okay, whenever this SOC is been got activated,
yes,
this SOC is
so that is what they were looking for. But then since SmartMart is not a SOC-based application, we said we can't do it. That is the drawback of SmartMart.
Everything would be rate plan.
Rate plan.
You just say, okay, this is the rate plan he activated now, and this is the rate plan he got migrated on these
We
days.
can't track the SOCs like that, like how we are tracking the rate
But we
plan.
can say these are the SOCs used under that rate plan, but we can't
These
say.
are the list of the SOCs we have. That is all we can say. But we
Okay.
can't really say when the SOC has been activated by a customer or when exactly this change has been made or anything related to SOCs.
Okay.
We can just give them this is the list and this so-and-so customer is having so-and-so SOC. That's it. But we can track how we are tracking the rate plans today. We can't track the same list for SOCs. So that is one of the drawbacks that we have. So we mentioned that we have a drawback and we can't really meet up your expectations. And we did as much as we can based on the rate plan level. And I don't know that it has satisfied them or not, but we have already mentioned to them, so they are good. So that is one of the drawbacks of SmartMart. We are not SOC level, we are rate plan
Whenever we
level.
say we show rate plan activation and nothing but when a subscriber activates, then he activates a rate
The
plan.
rate plan.
Whenever he changes rate plan,
He'll be there in migration.
right? I mean, it's nothing but at subscriber level.
But we can't say whenever the customer is having what SOC, that we can't, if I'm there, I already have a rate plan and I got a new SOC. I can't let that flow through my activation table because that's not an activation, but that is what they are looking for.
But we do have the data at at SOC level, right?
At SOC level, we do have it, like saying that this is the customer and he has this rate plan and so-and-so SOC. Okay, but not like this is the so-and-so date and when the SOC has been activated to this customer and that should flow through as a SOC, as an activation table because that is not an activation.
That's what we have. What we understood that we have SOC data, but with respect to rate plan.
Right.
We cannot modify any SOC, anything, and we can do some analytics. If something happens in the rate plan, again it will be migration. So, yeah, that's what. If something goes changes in the SOC, we cannot do. All we have to record all the SOCs with respect to rate plan. So that is what Silpa is trying to say, right, Silpa?
Yeah. We don't really care about SOCs at all in SmartMart. Whatever we have, we get it as a straight pull from Samsung through OSR. We don't really play around with SOCs at all.
But we'll be having what are the active SOCs used by the...
Right.
That's the
For the
rate
customers.
plan.
Yes. We have whatever the SOCs that are used by the customers, but not but what they were looking for is, if a customer is in the activation table, he's a new T-Mobile customer. But what they are looking for is, if the customer is getting a new SOC activated on his line on that particular month or day, he should be there in the activation. That would avoid our business rules. Like
that's not an activation. Yeah.
Right. But they want
then that would be your activation count will go very high.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So that is what we mentioned to them. That is not SmartMart all about. We care about rate plans and subscribers, but not SOCs. I can give you the list of the SOCs that each customer uses, or the list of the socks that are active currently in Smart Month. But
how is this section? We can close everything?
No, that's what we are discussing, yeah, but we got pretty much, what we need.
Okay.
But we need to do more exercise on, like, we just, the agenda of today would be the more on the business rules. I have actually Vijay is as well, but I didn't see Vijay joining the call. That's one thing. Vijay is from support. I have 2 sessions already of the notification channel. Really, I'm not sure whether we covered it as part of previous or what is exactly a notification channel is. And we have the other one in maintenance.
No, notification channel is the communication with the application support. That, when there's some failure or something, they have to communicate it to the business. So actually, you probably for the development is just a information for you, but that should be taken by the application support folks.
Okay, Mary, do you really think we need a session on this, or is that fine?
What do you think for you?
See,
For
coming
me,
the
what
process at an overall process. Okay, go ahead.
What I think is just a matter of, I don't know if you can, replay the recording by the application support when they did the KT related to communication. I think that would be good enough for you guys.
Okay.
That's my.
But also, I think it's better for them to know which teams to communicate whenever we have any changes, or whom to exactly reach out to if we have any issues.
But
The point of contact.
do we do it?
No, it's application.
Application support. Yeah, so that will be application support. They are the dev, right?
Mm-hmm.
So application support should know that, right? When they have issue, who do they need to reach out to work with, like the applicant people. But that is whoever is going to do the application support with folks.
Yeah.
What is the other section?
The other one is from Vijay is maintenance and methodologies, ITIL process. Do you remember, Maria, when we discussed there is something called ITIL process, you told Vijay? It's part of KAP plan.
SDLC or?
I don't know I don't know whether it comes under part of SDLC or it just is maintenance and methodology.
So those again application support stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what
I mean, for you can delete it if you want. It should be application support.
Okay.
Yep.
And the other thing, today's agenda is more on business rules, and we pretty much covered everything, but
okay.
At a high level.
I gave them the stored procedures where we have only 2 stored procedures which apply to business rules.
Oh,
and the data documents related to the business rules that I have.
Alrighty. Well, you guys can take a look at it and see if you have any additional questions, then you can ask them. Right? On the business.
Yeah, that's what we'll go through the documentation and the procedure. And then we still have any clarifications, then we can get it from Troy or well as Shilpa. We are planning a session with Troy. We'll make use of that. Or Shilpa.
But definitely, what you see in the procedure, try to understand it. But then, if you want to confirm, this is my understanding, you can confirm, right? Because sometimes the way you read the logic is maybe kind of, is this how I understand this logic? Something like that, right? Okay, good?
Yeah, we are almost done. 1 more minute.
I better go out.
ITIL, I have no idea. I haven't even heard anything about it.
I think it's something related to app support. I think I can ignore these 2 sessions. But when I think we need to go through I think we can take up with tomorrow's call. I think we need to at least go through 1 session of the application support to just understand the process.
You are talking about monthly process?
No. The overall application support process actually.
Yeah.
Any other known issues? It's not an issue actually, right? it's a drawback of smart mart. The smart mart is built for this, and we are not able to meet that requirement.
Because we keep getting several projects based on that, and it's kind of issue whenever we don't meet the requirements of the business.
See, why can't we? Not sure. There's an idea. Why can't we treat that as a new fact and then only show the access related to SOX?
The bandwidth that we were given, that was not a possible scenario, because we have to repeat the same cases what we have so far for rate plans. We have to repeat the same for stocks as well. And they were not exactly looking for something like specific to only stocks. They want it on a combined level in our existing tables.
Combined level?
Combined with rate plans in our existing tables. In our fact activation table, you have only rate plans, right? So you would have only rate plans, right? So they want to see stocks in that as well.
Any questions so far?
Considering the scope, no, so far.
We are closing this session, okay?
Yeah, Alluri. Can I give you a call after this call, or what is?
Sure, definitely. You can call me on mobile.
Okay, I will call you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Well.
Bye.